It's time to wake up with a nice cup of morning roast.
Oh, yeah.
Featuring Bonte Hill and Joe Shesky.
Well, I'm about that action, boss.
Take it out! This is the morning roast on 95.7. The Game.
Well, you give Brock Purdy a chance to throw the ball into the interior of this defense. He has been on the money every single time.
7 of 10 for 117 yards is Purdy tonight. Again,
Not that time.
Yeah, a little shoulder shake, and sure enough, the minute we start talking about how great he is, Jake Hansen with the interception back to the 49-yard line. We just have to shut up here.
Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good.
Al, Kirk Herbstreit, Al Michaels. Yeah, you're not the only ones who need to shut up about Brock Purdy. R.I.P. to the Brock Purdy hype. Brock Purdy hype, excuse me. I told you guys, watch a lot of Iowa State football. He is who he is. That's not the main topic of conversation today. But Brock Purdy being lauded as this backup quarterback or possibly a starter in the future. Brian Baldinger told us earlier this week, Shasky, he could be Chase Daniel. Well, you know what Chase Daniel is? Chase Daniel's a ski mask Hall of Famer. Chase Daniel has made over $35 million in the league and has barely played. Why has he barely played? Because he's not a good quarterback. He's good enough to hold a clipboard. He's good enough to tutor somebody, and maybe Brock Purdy will be there someday. But it's a reason why he was the last pick in the 2022 NBA or NFL draft.
You're about to paint a Sistine Chapel today, aren't you, Michelangelo?
You know, I had a day off yesterday, got to get charged up for this, and, you know, third preseason game, Shasky, doesn't really mean a lot.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's a lot of concern. There's some optimism, but there's a lot of concern this morning. And your boy's concerned a bit. This offensive line, we got all day to get into it. Good morning, everybody out there. Shasky, good morning to you, brother. I missed you yesterday. Langford, Lubman. Langford, good job. Good morning to all our roasters on a Friday, a Frisco Friday. Twitch, YouTube, subscribe to us on YouTube. The Comcast Business Text line. What's happening? And I already see it happening. I already see it, Shasky.
What do you see?
The consensus is in.
Say that one more time.
Consensus. The consensus is in. Trey Lance is trash.
All right. So I want to be fully transparent here. I had a very busy night last night. So I had a playoff softball game for the O Club. We ended up losing. Shout out to the Clam Pies. They ended up winning the championship this year.
Clam Pies.
Yeah, they're a very, very good team. They're a very top to bottom, very good team. They hit, they run, they're a younger team. They're very good. Very good. Shout out to them. But I watched the first 3 series when Trey Lance was in from the house. Now, didn't have the phone on for Twitter or any of the social media stuff.
Yeah, you have to turn it off.
Well, I normally don't. You know, I'm normally tapped in on that. And so I was completely devoid of any social media influence. I feel like I watched a different game from everyone else out there. Now, was it the most encouraging 3 series? Not really, because the offensive line was jailbreak city. I mean, there were 3 and 4 guys in the backfield pretty much the entire time. Did Trey Lance look like a polished veteran quarterback? No, not really. Did I see anything that sounds off red flags? No, not really. Was it a step in the right direction? Yeah, I thought it was. Did he make a couple of nice plays? Yeah, I thought he did. But then I go to my softball game and I play and then I go meet my wife for dinner afterwards and I eat and then I get onto the phone and I start to watch, you know, the rest of the game and everything. At the end of the game, we finish meal, we go home, I lie in bed and I look at social media. You would have thought that Trey Lance pooped right down his leg, threw 5 interceptions, and that Sudfeld and Purdy were the next coming of Christ.
Dude, social media has jumped the shark.
No, you know what it is? It's a bunch of people that don't know what they're watching, and I'm done. This is what I want to make a promise to you. I am done using 4% of the real world, which is the amount of people that are active users on Twitter, to dictate the content or my reactions on football for this season. That is my promise to you. Now, will I be irrational? Will I be emotional? Of course I will. But the fact that people are making sweeping indictments on Trey Lance from 3 series... Come on.
All right. Listen, I want to say good morning to all the graveyard workers out there getting off your graveyard shifts. I want to say good morning to everybody getting ready for work. If you're at work, what is happening? Good morning to everybody out there listening to the roast. It's going to be a fun day. 888-957-9570. I have a simple question for everybody out there. Did that game make you more concerned about this upcoming season, or are you a bit more optimistic about this upcoming season? 888-957-9570. Are you a bit more concerned after watching last night? Let me tell you something, Shasky.
Yeah. I have a red flag.
I'm concerned about the offensive line.
Well,
I've been concerned about the offensive line right after the NFL draft when they didn't address the center position. Yeah. And Alex Mack decided to retire in the offseason. Now, is there any way in hell the 49ers can call Alex Mack and say, hey, can you come back and play football for us, please?
Pull an Andy Pettit or a Roger Clemens.
Please.
Miss all of training camp and just come in.
Come back.
During the regular season.
Come back.
I'm open to that.
I'm open to that. Come back, Alex. Because Jake Brindle, Aaron Banks, I want to love Aaron Banks.
Yeah.
I want to love the guy. I want to love his play.
It looks like a miss.
It does not look. I get Tyler Rashall vibes from him.
USC, the Matador. You know what I used to call him?
Yeah.
Whoop, go right by me.
I get Rashall vibes from him. All right?
Chilo Rashall. We took him and Kentuan Balmer over Deshaun Jackson.
I remember.
And my boy Delacello's driving around right now in the Recology truck. I know you feel me.
Yeah, no, Chilo Rashall was just a bad pick. And yes, Deshaun Jackson should have been the pick.
Yeah.
And then when his first game at Candlestick Park.
Don't even.
He lights up the 49ers.
50-yard touchdown.
Lights up the 49ers. Didn't they have like a 99-yard fumble return in that game? That was just.
Their current O-line, they're working in so many players. Right now, the only guy that I feel very good about is Trent Williams because of his resume. Everyone else is a giant question mark.
Dude, so I wake up to a text from Harry Beresin.
Yeah.
We're in our, 25 years of fantasy football together, Players Club, and he's one of the most diehard Niner fans I know. It's kind of like you, knows everything about the team. Dates, Super Bowls, you name it. I get a text from him, I was knocked out. He goes, man, that hurt. As much as a preseason game could hurt, that one hurt. That was 4/5 of the line that's probably starting in Chicago.
Yeah.
You can't compete with that. You can't compete with that. And I keep going back to these Super Bowls. Hell, just last year with Joe Burrow in the second half, his offensive line couldn't block. Well, guess what? Cincinnati couldn't score.
No.
And he couldn't get a throw off.
Yeah.
He almost tore his knee up in that game.
I know.
Remember that? He almost tore his knee up because the offensive line was just in shambles.
Mm-hmm.
And now this offensive line, and it's not all on him. We're going to get to Trey Lance because Trey Lance does have to play better. But the quickest way to ruin a young quarterback is by having a bad offensive line,
Agreed.
which I don't get why they didn't invest more into the offensive line, knowing that you have a second-year quarterback about to start this season for the 49ers. And when you don't franchise, you've been on this for a long time about franchise tags.
They're there for a reason.
They're there for a reason.
This is the way I view the franchise tag, and you can disagree. We call it franchise tag. Doesn't mean you're the franchise player.
Right.
It's a tool to keep a player for at least one more year that either you're a little worried paying big money to, or that you want to keep for now. And if another team wants them, you use that as a trade piece to be able to move that player. To me, the franchise tag with Laken Tomlinson this year made a ton of sense.
No doubt. No doubt. And I would have done it. Now, Kyle Masters, man, making Laken Tomlinson a top 5 paid offensive lineman is wild. Well, you know what else is wild? Kyle Madsen and everybody else out there watching this offensive line block without Trent Williams.
Having basically 3 unproven, I would call them rookie-level players in Burford, Brendel, and Aaron Banks in the middle of your offensive line with a first-year quarterback.
And then you got Mike McGlinchey. Listen to where Niner fans are at right now. A lot of us. Man, we need Michael McGlinchey to be healthy.
Boy, things quick.
We need Michael McGlinchey to be healthy. Michael McGlinchey hasn't played good football probably since his rookie season.
Well, and he's coming off of, I thought it was going to be a more significant injury, but this is not good with the knee. What is it, getting drained?
Yeah. It's
not good.
Not good. So now Colton McKivitz is probably starting at right tackle.
That's not good.
I'm begging for Brunskill. Where's Brunskill at?
I guess he's hurt and he's coming back.
I know, man.
I thought Brunskill would be in the mix for the center position.
Right. So this is alarming to me because, one, this offensive line gets no push off the football. So 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 1s, guess what? We're going to have more short yardage failures behind this offensive line. And then you have Trey Lance where the game's already fast for him. Right? He's a second-year quarterback. I expected to be fast early on in the season. But Trey Lance now, it's moving fast. He's rolling out, and he's got to worry about getting hit every single play. That is a disaster waiting to happen for a second-year quarterback. It is a disaster waiting to happen. And now he's throwing low. He's throwing behind guys. He's throwing hot to George Kittle on the out route where he's got to hit that stick route.
He missed him.
He missed him, but he's missing guys. The game was moving a lot quicker because everybody on the Texas defense was getting behind the line of scrimmage. They're penetrating so easy.
Jerry Hughes was giving you a master class on being an OG against an unproven player on the offensive line. He looked fantastic.
He looked like an all-pro.
You know what it reminded me of? Old man Elvis Doomerville showing up to the Niners.
Yes.
No, I'm serious.
No, I'm with you, though. I know what you're talking about.
Old school pass rushers that are like, yeah, this is my game, and I'm about to crank it up. He had every move in the bag, and then he was even on that little Texas angle route by Sermon. He was all over that. Maybe you lead him a little more on that play if you're Trey Lance, but you're still not getting a first down on that play.
You're not.
I actually thought the throw of the night, the Ucsf throw, was a beautiful throw.
It was nice.
They had Kittle on the underneath, kind of containing two players in the middle of the field on the check down. And he rolls out like a shortstop, throwing all the way to the sideline to Ucsf. That was a gorgeous little throw. And the other throw that I really liked was a couple of the little touch passes over the defensive end jumping. But for me, the number one thing was that boot stretch action. You can clearly see there's something there with this offense that they're going to bring back because they got away from that.
They did.
And then that throw to Debo, to me, you could say it was slightly underthrown. I thought it was a perfect ball.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers almost slightly underthrows it and allows the wide receiver to come through the DB. Why was that not a pass interference? I don't know.
Debo's got to get a little more separation.
I thought he was getting arm barred, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah,
I thought it was a perfect throw, though.
Look, I thought it was a solid throw. I like the fact that he did take a chance on that throw. I know some people screenshotting, Brandon Ayuk was wide open. Take a shot like that. They're trying to they're trying to build a rapport.
Yeah, that's why you're playing
Trey Lance knows I have Ayuk underneath. Trey Lance knows Brandon Ayuk will probably be a safety valve this season alongside George Kittle.
Well, and he missed that rollout one across the field. I couldn't tell if he was throwing that down into the ground on purpose or if he was just simply ridiculously inaccurate on that throw.
Maybe it was inaccurate.
I don't know.
It happens. It's early. Early in these games, too, Trey Lance is going to be so amped up. I expect him to get better as the game goes along.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He gets a little more. It happened last season.
Yeah.
The Arizona game, he got better as the game went along.
He settled in.
Yeah, Houston, the second half, he settled in. He got better as the game went along. He will do that this season. It's going to be the same thing. With Debo Samuel, I want to see a little more separation on that route.
This is what I was talking about at practice, because Steven and I went to practice, and people were like, well, why isn't Debo more part of practice? When you watch at practice, the things that he does, they don't really translate to great separation in the wide receiver drills. He's not a shake and bake kind of a guy. When you watch all the wide receivers go up against the DBs, the only guy who gets consistent separation off the snap is Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah.
The things that Debo does, he's physical, and you have to get the ball into his hands.
Right.
For example, they threw a smoke screen to Jennings late in the game from Brock Purdy. Did you see one slant or smoke screen in preseason?
No.
For Trey?
No.
Well, that is a staple
in the offense.
of this offense.
Yep.
We talk about yards after catch. Well, that is where the bread and butter of Debo Samuel is made.
Nah, you're spot on.
He's not a guy that's going to run a route and just blow by somebody. That's Danny Gray.
No, that is Danny Gray. And we didn't see much of Danny Gray yesterday.
No.
So my thing, too, is everybody's going to say, well, second-year quarterback, this is going to be Niners can't go to a playoffs with a
I think he's
quarterback.
fine.
Listen, did we forget Mark Sanchez? He was in back-to-back AFC championships.
And he did nothing
as
but
a
hand
rookie
off.
and second-year player.
With no weapons.
No weapons, but he made throws when he had to.
Jones?
Braylon Edwards.
Braylon Edwards, who spent 6 seconds with the Niners.
Braylon Edwards, he made throws.
No, I know.
We're not asking Trey to carry a team. Ben Roethlisberger didn't carry the Steelers when they made the AFC Championship.
No.
Brady didn't carry the Patriots the second year.
Mac Jones last year.
Mac Jones didn't carry the Patriots.
No.
Play complimentary football. But how can you play complimentary football when your offensive line's just not blocking? That's my biggest concern of the season.
Really?
And it intensified yesterday.
Okay, so I think it's a very fair red flag. Why am I more worried? And because I'm paying Shanahan so much money,
right?
They'll figure out some offense. They're going to figure that out. I'm really worried about the Jimmy Ward injury. That to me, that's the big right now. Again, you can go either or. But when I heard that Jimmy Ward's going to miss probably the first 4 games,
it's not good.
No, it's alarming.
It's not good.
It's alarming. Who is going to play safety for this team? I think he's probably him and Armstead are battling for most underrated player on the team right now. And B, what are you going to do in a pass-happy league when you don't have one of your best playmakers in that secondary?
First 4 games. At Chicago. At home against Seattle. Week 3, you're at Denver for Sunday Night Football against Russell Wilson. Week 4 against the Rams.
It's not good.
The Jimmy Ward injury, it was alarming. It kind of was swept under the rug right before the game.
Not for me.
And I was just like, wait a minute. Jimmy Ward's out for the first 4 weeks. And you have Hufanga, who struggles in pass coverage. This is a problem. This is a major problem.
Yes.
And Gibson, he's not ready. Look, Tarvarius Moore, I've seen enough. He can't be your starting safety.
No.
He can't. Gibson, I don't know if he's ready to be a starting safety yet. Odom, is he ready to go?
I don't know if there's 32 starting free safeties in the league.
I don't know, man. That is a problem.
You know, so like when you lose one of the top 7 or 8 guys at that position in the entire league, you're not going to find a backup. Like, you're just not. It's going to be very difficult.
No.
You know what they need? They dramatically need Charvarius Ward and Emmanuel Mosley to just be the most locked down they could possibly be. And that's asking a lot.
That's asking a lot this league.
In the way the league is set up now, you saw yesterday the Niners got bailed out. It was 3rd and forever. And there was a 5-yard little contact away from the play.
That was a terrible call.
And they get it. Well, I think it was a makeup call from the PI that they didn't call earlier on Debo. But that is very important in today's day and age. We see it every single week. 3rd and forever, a guy touches a wide receiver down the field, automatic first down. It's really hard to play cornerback in this league. And now you're doing it without safety help? That's asking a lot, man.
Before we move on, I had to ask you about the broadcast. Al Michaels, Kirk Herbstreit, the first game on Amazon Prime. Production looked fun. You know,
I thought the video quality was excellent.
It looked very well, very good. But Al Michaels, he's getting up there in age. I respect Al Michaels. He's a legend, whatever. Kirk Herbstreit, he just sounds like college football. And he's good for college football.
Yeah. No, he's great. He's great for college football.
Great for college football.
I like Herbstreit.
Not for the NFL.
Well,
not what I heard last night.
It sounded like a guy who didn't really understand the NFL in terms of the personnel and the decisions. I mean, you brought up Mark Sanchez. The way he was talking about Jimmy Garoppolo last night, he sounded like he was Joe Montana.
Yeah.
When he's healthy, he's taking you all the way. It's just like, oh, my God, there's nuance to this. Yeah, Jimmy's a good player. But the way that he was talking about it, he doesn't. It felt like he didn't have a good feel for the NFL as a whole, the way he was describing the narrative surrounding the 49ers.
Right.
It felt like a guy who just kind of looked at the record, looked at some of the box score, and was asking questions out loud.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't a big Herbie fan. Now,
I like him.
Dude, he struck a chord with Tim Calicati.
Why?
I guess he said something about the Bay Area media, or the fans, why they want to run Jimmy out of town. And it's like, you haven't paid attention to what's going on out there.
How about Troy Aikman, who's a national guy, who is disgusted by Jimmy Garoppolo's play, and said that during the entirety of the NFC Championship game.
I just got a text from my guy, man. I'm just call him, I'm going to call this guy Piano Scarf. My guy, Piano Scarf.
That
it's
is
weird.
The most random name of all time.
I'm trying to think of a name, but he just texted me. If you ever saw Kirk Herbstreit play football at Ohio State, you'll know he doesn't know how to read defenses. It's like, damn. Thanks, Piano Scarf. You know I love you. Hope to see you soon.
There is major fervor for the 49ers. I have to admit, I love this fan base, and I live for days like today. I texted the group thread on my way to the softball game after the three series from Trey Lance, and I said, show's done. Niner fans will do this one for us. Yes. I mean, you know they're going to overreact. Well, you know it's coming. And you know what? I'm here for it.
I'm here for it, too.
Because the people love their team that much.
Well, you know
and
what?
I'm with them. I'm worried about the O-line, and I'm very worried about Jimmy Ward, and I'm worried about the success of Trey Lance.
Honestly, and luckily, Trey Lance didn't get hurt last night. That was a dangerous football game for him, playing behind that offensive line. He was running for his life.
Well, yeah, but he's going to have to get used to that.
He looked like Justin Fields in Seattle.
Yeah, he did.
That's not good.
Yeah, but
that's not good.
You're going to have to get used to being in a muddied pocket.
Well, it's not going to be a lot of fun.
And I thought that his legs actually bought him way more time because of how it was jailbreak. I counted 4 different plays of the 14. When I mean jailbreak, I mean 3 or more guys in the backfield before he hits his back step.
Untouched. You can't even drop back and throw a slant route. 888-957-9570. the last night's game make you a bit more concerned about the 49ers heading into the season? And what is the concern? Is it Trey Lance? Is it Jimmy Ward? Is it the offensive line? Is it Trey Sermon?
Are they going to stop the run? I know that you don't have your main personnel up front. Pierce looked ridiculous as a running back, and I mean that in a good way.
They all look good.
His patience, his little subtle one-step cut back. How that guy didn't get on the field for Florida is beyond me.
Dan Mullins is an idiot, which is why he's out of a job right now.
Was he the guy who was taking photos with dolphins naked? Or was that the Florida coach before him?
Gosh. Florida coaches.
Yeah, he was hugging a dolphin. I'm going to have to look this up.
Oh, the other one, it was McEwing. After Meyer. Was it McEwing?
He was on a boat in Florida, hugging a dolphin naked.
All right, 888-957-9570. Line them up. Line them up. Your thoughts on last night's preseason game. Niners, they get shut out. They get shut out in the preseason finale against the Houston Texans. Are you concerned? You worried? Or should we all just pump the brakes on the morning roast?
I am very worried about the psyche of this fan base, but I love it.
Are you worried about my psyche?
No.
What's coming up on the game? Sponsored by BMW Fairfield. Brought to you by the BMW Fairfield Auto Mall. They provide a luxurious, all-encompassing experience to address all of your BMW needs. Visit BMWFairfield.com today to book your visit. That's BMWFairfield.com.
The Detroit Tigers have been awful at everything this year, but their offense is particularly gross. The Tigers' .227 batting average is fourth worst in all of baseball. So what does that mean? Bet the unders on Tigers games, especially on the road. The total goes under 60% of the time when they travel. Better if they're road dogs, Tigers hit at 67% of the time on the under. So watch those lines and hammer Tigers unders, especially outside of D-Town. I'm Trista Crick, helping you read the books.
Staples has everything for school at great prices. So this year you won't go back to school. You'll be ready to move forward into art class.
A 4-foot replica of the Statue of Liberty using elbow macaroni?
With glue and art supplies from Staples.
By tomorrow.
Right now at Staples, 1-inch binders are only $1.99 each. Plus select backpacks are 50% off. Everything on your list at amazing prices. Staples, this year we're not going back. We're going forward to school. In-store only, ends 8/27, limit 30 on binder.
We all know someone who's all work and no chill. Trust me, that used to be me. But then I found Galaxy Z Fold 4, which allows me to do more things at once. Much better. Now I can take video calls from my phone and use it to take notes at the same time.
Wait, are you at the spa?
Or check my shopping list while ordering more scented candles and face masks on the foldable, expansive screen. Don't take your to-do list one line at a time. Multitask so you can relax.
Get the new Galaxy Z Fold 4 at Samsung.com today.
What's better than an award-winning education? A free award-winning education. Evergreen Valley College was named a 2021 Best College for an Associate's degree with the fourth most diverse faculty in the country. And with EVC alum earning more than any other California community college according to Newsweek and PayScale, you can take classes and transfer or fast-track your career. And now at Evergreen Valley College, tuition is free for fall 2022. Visit evc.edu for more information. Make connections that count with free tuition in the fall 2022 semester at evc.edu.
Hon, look, it's heartburn. How did he know we were at the beach?
No clue, but he's not ruining our vacation. I packed Prilosec OTC. With just one pill in the morning, Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid production that can cause frequent heartburn, so we can enjoy ourselves.
Speaking of, time for our luau.
Aloha heartburn.
One pill, 24 hours, zero heartburn with Prilosec OTC. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
The Labor Day event from Dell Technologies is here. End the summer strong by starting up a new season of productivity. Your business upgrade begins with up to 48% off top-rated laptops, like Vostro, taking performance to the next level with 12th Gen Intel Core processors. It's time to push your growing business even further. What's next for you? Upgrade today by calling 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Kirby is your driveway mechanic. They bring the shop to you with brake and tire replacements, oil changes, and much more. It's the ultimate convenience. Easy booking, transparent pricing, on-time arrivals, and service right in your driveway. No waiting rooms, and direct access to your mechanic with friendly and reliable service. No middleman or upsells. They're so sure you'll love the convenience. Take $50 off your first oil change with code OIL50 at Kirby.com. That's CURBEE.com and use code OIL50. Kirby, your driveway mechanic.
You put
Put it in your mouth and you chew it up real good.
I know how to chew gum, Dad.
Hurry up, we got leaks to fix.
What are you two up to? We're fixing our leaky pipes.
Yeah.
With gum? Yeah, it's a hack, Mom.
A what?
A hack.
You know.
A do-it-yourself trick.
No, the trick to fixing leaks and low water pressure is calling repipe specialists.
You mean professionals?
I mean, repipe specialists can repipe our whole house in 1 to 2 days. Fix the leaks and low water pressure, repair the holes in the walls if we want, and they guarantee their work for life.
Got leaks or low water pressure? Call the professionals at Repipe Specialists, and in 1 to 2 days, they can repipe your whole house with new PEX tubing. With over 60,000 repipes completed, that's their specialty.
You really stepped in it.
I was just being...
Gum, Dad. You
What?
stepped in the gum.
Oh, great.
Call 800-217-1636 for a free in-home estimate and ask about their 0% financing options. That's 800-217-1636. Call today, 800-217-1636, or visit repipe.com.
Join the conversation on 95.7 The Game with the Xfinity mobile text line. Text 888-957-9570.
From the 510, Ray looks great in teal. I think we can all agree. From the 650,
Stop. Don't do this.
Ray Ratto makes me hate sports and life. Love you guys, though. So that, that's nice.
Text the text line at 888-957-9570. Xfinity Mobile. Your wireless, your rules.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Listen to Bonte and Shasky each day this week, around 7:30 for your chance to win a $100 gift card to Kirby. Kirby is your driveway mechanic. Brakes, tires, oil changes, and more. Get all the info on our contest page at 957thegame.com.
What's going on, Roasters? It's Brian Baldinger with the NFL Network, and you're listening to The Morning Roast with Bonte and Shasky on 95.7 The Game.
Line them up.
This segment presented by Golden State Lumber and building materials for professional builders and contractors throughout Northern California. Visit GoldenStateLumber.com. Niners lose their preseason finale, but who cares about that?
Bonte.
How do you think Trey looked? How did the offensive line look? Are you concerned about the 49ers heading into the season? 888-957-9570.
I want to show you why I love Niner fans. I do. I love them. You know why?
Why?
Their fervor for Niner football is incredible. And I mean this. Like, I want to lean into this all year. Yep. And I love that people care this much. I really do. I think a lot of, why do you care about sports? No, we love sports. 2 different texts. If this doesn't encapsulate 49er quarterbacks, then I don't know what does. In Trey, we trust. Not worried about a thing. In all seriousness, this is a 10 or 11 win team. Got to get healthy. Hopefully it'll get better and get hotter later on as the season goes, and we'll make a deep run. The very next text. Stop making excuses for Trey Lance. Yeah, the O-line was horrible, but we needed to see more from him. Brock Purdy looked more poised. He has better pocket presence and that same O-line, even though it wasn't. It's almost like experience matters.
4 years of college ball. If Brock Purdy was any good, he would only play 3 years of college ball. He played in the Big 12.
Mac Jones played the same amount of starts in college as Trey Lance.
Yes.
19.
Yes. And your boy Rocco Texas made another great point. Shanahan's playbook is very vanilla in the preseason.
Always
I agree
has
with
been.
that. Always has been. Doesn't want to show anything. But get out. Like, can we stop with the Brock Purdy stuff?
Why?
He's not good. All right? He's not good. I watched a lot of Big 12 football. I bet on a lot of Iowa State games. They were led by a running back, all right? And an opportunistic defense. Brock Purdy was just along for the ride.
Last night, he was throwing the ball all over the field with reckless abandon. If he does that in a game, in a normal game, he will throw 7 picks.
Baldy literally compared him to Chase Daniel, a guy who maybe has 10 starts in his NFL career. Stole money from the NFL.
It felt like I was watching some combination of Mullins, Sean Hill, and JT O'Sullivan because of the 14, just throwing the ball everywhere.
Just awful. Awful.
How about that throw that he threw into triple coverage? There were 2 safeties, one safety and 2 linebackers. If the linebackers didn't pick it off directly, it was going to be the safety.
Yeah, it's Brock Purdy. Let's stop the noise. I know the broadcast team, they love Brock Purdy. A lot of people are pumping up Brock
America
Purdy.
Loves a small white quarterback.
Dude, he's not good. All right? He's not good. Let's go to Jordan in Union City. Jordan, what's happening?
What's up,
You're on
Jordan?
the roast.
Bonte, Shasky, my guys, good morning. How y'all doing?
I'm good, man. I need some soul food, Jordan. What's up, baby?
Oh, man, I wish I had some collard greens for you this morning, but I'm out right now. But let me tell you what, I got 2 quick things for y'all. First off, with the broadcast, one thing that I thought was kind of cool, but it'll, kind of wear out pretty quickly. You definitely get more background on some of these young guys.
Uh-oh. Call us back, Jordan.
I thought they did a good job
off
with
a little bit.
I think where he was going was that they did some graphics and things like that, and they were doing kind of like little set pieces on individual players.
Yep.
I really enjoyed that as well. They really did their homework on the pre-production portion so that when a player came into the game, you got a little, like Pierce, I had never even heard of him.
It was good.
The
He
running
ran
back
hard.
for the Texans.
And then I like what they did with the offensive line. They would show in short yardage situations how much push off the line of scrimmage they had.
Yeah.
So like one play when they had a short yardage situation, the offensive line was able to create 2.9 yards of push off the line of scrimmage. So they were down the field nearly 3 yards to make sure they got that short yardage situation, that first down in that short yardage situation. I thought that was a really cool graphic. You never see that.
Yeah, and we're going to obsess about the quarterback play all day today, which is totally fair.
Right.
I'm here for it. Like, honestly, Niner fans, we're here for it.
Are we concerned about Trey Lance? 888-957-9570. Because the tone I got on Twitter is not the tone I'm getting on the morning roast.
Which is
the morning roast. A lot of roasters are saying we're not worried about Trey Lance.
Well,
but if I look at my timeline, he needs so many reps. Oh my gosh,
well, he does need reps. No, he does. Look, I'm one of the biggest Trey Lance fans in the world. He needs to work on, obviously, seeing zone coverage. He needs to work on the rollouts where he's throwing across his body, and that's going to be a work in progress. It's one of the hardest throws in football. He needs work on just some pocket patience. He tried to climb up in the pocket multiple times and either couldn't get rid of the ball in time, or maybe I'd like to see him run instead of hold on to the ball. I love that he's looking to throw downfield. He's not a finished product by any means. He's got a lot of room to grow, and I'm here for it. But this is part of the maturation process.
Yep.
And I think that the cynic is going to come out and say, yeah, he needs to grow. Is he going to be able to grow in time for this team to win now? And I think that's a fair criticism.
That is a fair criticism. Let's go back to Jordan in Union City. Jordan, what's happening?
All right, sorry about that, guys. Dumbarton Bridge got me.
All good.
Yeah, but on the second point, though, when you're talking about Trey, and I know there are 49er fans that are nervous or worried, in terms of ability, I wouldn't be. Also, I think that the only thing I would be concerned about him is can you keep him healthy?
Yeah.
That's literally the only question because, as I think y'all said, potentially with, I don't know what McGlinchey's health situation's like, that might have been 4/5 of the starting offensive line, and, no one's worried about what Trent Williams is going to be and what he's going to do.
Right.
But if you're going to have pressure coming straight down his face, not even from the edge, there's only so much you can or can't do.
Yeah, and it's a great call, Jordan, and I don't mean to interrupt you as you're going past I call the salt baths, if you will, of the Dumbarton, where it smells totally different.
Yep.
The one area that I just think a lot of people aren't accustomed to seeing because Jimmy's nowhere near as mobile as him, and this isn't a criticism. There's different skills and strengths for each player. When there was a jailbreak, he rolled out to the right, and this whole new play opened up where he could throw across his body to an open Brandon Ayuk, and he missed the throw, but that's not even there in their normal offense. So I think that there's going to be things that he can do that Jimmy couldn't do, and there's going to be some things that Jimmy does that Trey's just not good at.
Yeah, no doubt about that. That's well said there with Trey Lance. 888-957-9570. Matt and SF will get you on the other side. Line them up. 888-957-9570. This is your show today. Are we concerned about Trey Lance? Or should we be more worried about the offensive line or the injury to Jimmy Ward? That's a big concern.
It's a huge one for me. That's the biggest red flag. And I've got one player who I felt really good coming out of last night about.
All right, that's what's coming up on the game, sponsored by Fremont Bank, full service banking, no compromises.
The preseason is over, and now it's time for the real deal.
Pause play, Mitchell with a flag down into the secondary, breaks a tackle, and Mitchell all the way for the touchdown.
We gotta beat this team. Yeah, we're fired up. Let's go kill Chicago.
And here goes the rookie around the left side, and then he goes for the touchdown. Man, oh man.
This is the Bay Area's sports station.
Those are facts.
95.7 The Game.
Wildfire is coming. Get set by knowing what to take and where to go. If you need to evacuate, go early to protect your family and community. Wildfire is coming. Do you have a plan? Learn more at readyforwildfire.org.
Golfers, it's time to tee it up at the Golf Mart with all the hottest brands in golf at the best prices, featuring tailor-made stealth carbon woods and irons. Callaway's Rogue ST collection of woods and irons, Titleist's T-Series irons and Vokey wedges, and Ping's G425 woods and irons. All this and more at the Golf Mart. Swing by and receive a free custom fitting today. The Golf Mart, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, or shop us online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
Now with Xfinity, you'll get unlimited internet with gig speed and supersonic Wi-Fi. With a 2-year internet rate guarantee, no annual contract required, and no equipment fees. Talk about knock your socks off. Ooh, plus a free Flex 4K streaming box. It's like hitting the streaming jackpot. It's all just $50 a month when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data. $50 a month. A price that's truly jaw-dropping.
Oh, literally.
The speed you need at a price you want. Value that's simply bananas. That's the new Xfinity Supersonic Bundle. It's kind of a big deal. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store to learn more.
Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New gigabit internet customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. Up to 24 months. Regular rates apply to all services and devices.
It's the bottom of the ninth, the game's on the line, and your small business needs a loan fast. What's your move? Go to OnDeck.com, America's largest online small business lender. With OnDeck, you can apply in minutes, and if approved, get your funds as soon as the same day. Go to OnDeck.com. Your loan is on deck. Depending on certain loan attributes, your business loan may be issued by OnDeck or Celtic Bank, a Utah Chartered Industrial Bank member FDIC. Limited eligibility for same-day funding. OnDeck does not lend in every state. All loans subject to lender approval.
Okay, you know those amazing spots only the true San Francisco locals are in on? Like Square Pizzas. That place with the square pizzas? Or Mama Hoo-Hoo? The spot for sweet and sour chicken that's anything but so-so.
Order up!
You know, with the Granch dressing. And all the other spots the real SF locals know without us even saying them. Yeah, they're on DoorDash. San Francisco gets it. DoorDash has it.
Experience the crown jewel of Hot Run with family and friends at America's favorite car show. It's the Good Guys 35th Race Deck West Coast Nationals this weekend at the Alameda County Fairgrounds in Pleasanton. Explore over 3,500 hot rods, muscle cars, and trucks through 1997. Plus, don't miss the Good Guys CPP Autocross Series racing action featuring the FITEC West Coast Shootout. And see who takes home the Good Guys 2022 BASF America's Most Beautiful Award. It's all this weekend at the Alameda County Fairgrounds. Details at good-guys.com.
Live on DAZN Pay-Per-View, September 17th, Part 3. Canelo versus Triple G. To take the trilogy, Bad Blood, a score to settle, controversy, brutality, pure hostility. For victory, for history, for the trilogy. Canelo Alvarez versus Gennady Golovkin. September 17th, live on DAZN Pay-Per-View. Visit DAZN.com.
UCSF Sports Medicine Center is dedicated to treating every type of athlete, from kids to adults, amateurs to elite professionals. As one of the best orthopedic programs in the nation, UCSF has programs to optimize an athlete's performance and the latest advancements to treat the most complex sports injuries. With locations throughout the Bay Area, now including Marin, Walnut Creek, and Redwood Shores, it's even easier to make an appointment today. Visit ucsfhealth.org so you can get cleared to play. UCSF Health, redefining possible.
We are all on this planet together, so join Odyssey and find your one thing. Improve your gas mileage by properly inflating tires and taking your car in for a tune-up. Join Odyssey, and together, each of us doing one thing makes a greener tomorrow. What's your one thing?
Why choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number? Because our Sleep Number 360 smart bed is really smart. It senses your movement and automatically adjusts to help keep you both comfortable. Plus, it's temperature balancing so you stay cool. It's even smart enough to know exactly how long, how well, and when you slept. Our smart sleepers get 28 minutes more restful sleep per night. Sleep Number takes care of the science. All you have to do is sleep. Don't miss our Labor Day weekend special where all smart beds are on sale. Save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed plus free delivery when you add a base. Ends Labor Day. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
The Labor Day event from Dell Technologies is here. End the summer strong by starting up a new season of productivity. Your business upgrade begins with up to 48% off top-rated laptops, like Vostro, taking performance to the next level with 12th Gen Intel Core processors. It's time to push your growing business even further. What's next for you? Upgrade today by calling 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
You might not have the biggest garage on the block, but with eBay Motors, there's 122 million parts right at your fingertips. Whatever you need, there's something that fits your vehicle. Air filters, tires, seat covers, and more. Get the right parts at the right prices. ebaymotors.com. Let's ride.
Breaking news on 95.7 The Game is brought to you by Beat the Street. For tips to win a $5.6 million prize. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh, my God.
Mills on a 3rd and 7. To the end zone, fighting for it, and then it is picked off in the end zone. So there was a fight for it, a juggle, and then an interception.
Yeah, that ball got tipped back into play. You had two players fighting for it. Tavarius Moore.
He's the guy with it.
Yeah, he's the guy that ends up making the interception.
Now, back to the morning roast with Bonte and Shasky.
Sammy Womack III.
What have I been telling you?
Listen, I'm not going to call him a great corner yet.
No, well, he's a rookie.
He's a rookie, and teams are going to take shots at him.
Agreed. They're going to target.
He's going to get worked.
They're going to pick on him.
Yes, absolutely. He's a rookie, but he looks like he can handle himself.
His instincts in terms of knowing what route combinations guys want to throw at him, like even if he's not big enough to make the play, isn't he in position to make the play?
He's always around the ball.
Yeah, and it feels very physical.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's going to get a lot of penalties because he is physical. But
it's a lot of K'Wan Williams. I see a lot of K'Wan.
I like this kid.
Dude, I see it.
Looks sick.
If you put number 24 on him, and you got him blitzing off the corner, I'm thinking it's just K'Wan Williams all over again.
Well, and if you look at their draft class this year, you didn't have the first-round pick.
Right.
Drake Jackson's a keeper. Can we all agree?
Yeah, he's a
I know
keeper.
he got the penalty yesterday. You know what? I want my D lineman nasty like that.
I want him nasty.
Okay, number 2, you bring in, obviously, Womack. That looks nice. Danny Gray looks nice. Burford looks nice. Like, this draft class looks good. The other guy that I'm really high on, and I kind of teased this before the break, I thought yesterday was the best we've seen Trey Sermon run since putting on a 49er uniform in a game setting. Him in the gun run, much more decisive, much more downhill. There wasn't a lot of running room. I thought he looked as good as he's looked in a Niner uniform. What'd you see from Trey?
So Trey Sermon. It's interesting you bring up the gun run because that's what he did at Ohio State. What does Ohio State do? They're in a shotgun, and they're running a gun run all day long.
That's the Ryan Day offense.
Oklahoma.
Or is it? Yeah, is it Ryan Day?
Ryan Day.
Yeah, I was trying to.
Ryan Day. Oklahoma. What do? They line up his shotgun, and they run the gun run, whether it was Kyler Murray, whether it was Baker Mayfield, whether it was Jalen Hurts. Quarterbacks in the shotgun, running backs either to his left or right, and they're running the ball out of shotgun. That's what Trey Sermon is used to. Remember Carlos Hyde?
Yes.
His splits when he ran out of shotgun as opposed to a quarterback under center.
And the I formation,
under center, I formation, it was like 3.5, 3.6 yards a pop.
Yeah.
Shotgun, 5.2, 5.3 yards a pop.
I do remember
Some
that.
running backs just They're better in the gun.
Well, they're accustomed to it, and he also went to Oklahoma before that, and they're primarily.
That's what I just said. Yeah,
and but what I'm saying is all his best runs and highlights from college
is in a gun run.
Thank you.
So I thought he looked good yesterday. I thought he ran hard. He ran like his job was on the line. He ran with physicality, with authority. At the time, there's no room to run.
No. Well, and that goes back to offensive line and the push. And the number one thing that I think everyone's going to come out of this game thinking is, let's just pray to God that Trent Williams does not get a high ankle sprain at any point this year. Because if they do, it's disaster zone. And that can be an Achilles heel for a season.
They can derail everything.
Now, I was listening to Steven this morning as I was driving in, and he sounded absolutely phenomenal. I don't know if you listened to the pregame show 5 to 6.
Better than
Monday through Friday.
Roast.
Yeah. He was saying that, even if the offensive line is putrid, that still should not be a reason on why you can't make the playoffs. And I would disagree with that.
Yeah.
Because I don't care if you're Joe Montana or Patrick Mahomes in your prime. Like, that can derail a season. If we saw it firsthand in the Super Bowl that an average to above average D-line for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers looked like the 86 Bears, or the 85 Bears, against Patrick Mahomes because they were missing both their tackles.
Well, look where they made it to, though. They made it to the Super Bowl.
But that was
I'm
one
saying
game.
Playoffs.
They lost.
But I'm saying playoffs. I'm trying to make my point here. I'm saying if they don't make the playoffs, like, that team made the Super Bowl. The Bengals made the Super Bowl. I'm saying that the Niners have too much talent to not at least make the playoffs.
I agree with you there, but I almost turned you off this morning, Langford, when you said that about the offensive line. You know how I feel about offensive line play. It will derail your season.
It will.
And why derailing season? It's losing in the first round of the playoffs, losing in the second round of the playoffs. The expectations for this 49ers team has not dropped off since the quarterback change. 49er fans and experts around the country, you heard Herb Street all day. This team is stacked. They have Super Bowl talent. And then he would also say, that's why it's so strange they're moving off of Jimmy Garoppolo. Well, we know why they're moving off of Jimmy Garoppolo. That's not a place I want to go today.
Well, they hit their ceiling with Jimmy.
They hit their ceiling. But this offensive line, because there's a couple things here. One, it can make you bow out quick in the playoffs. Number one.
We all agree there.
But number two.
But I also think it can derail you from even making the playoffs. I do believe that.
I believe it too.
Because your quarterback can get hurt and your whole entire offense can be stymied.
And you have a young quarterback. And young quarterbacks get wrecked by Sam Darnold has not recovered from the New York Jets. He is still seeing ghost. RG3, bad offensive line, bad playing surface, got wrecked. Now he's in the ESPN booth.
Yeah.
Short-lived career.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I have no counter to that.
So a bad offensive line play can derail a young quarterback. And who knows? I think Trey has the mental makeup to be a really, really good quarterback in this league for a really long time. But you want him holding on to the ball too long?
No.
You want him throwing quickly? You want him aborting the pocket quickly? Bad offensive line play will do that.
Bonte, there was a play last night where he called hike, and he took one step back, and there were three guys in his face, and he just went down. Smartly, he went down. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, my God, how many times is he going to have to do that during the regular season?
Yeah, let's hope he doesn't have to do it too much.
I mean, if they're in a 3rd and 8 situation, teams are going to rush 4 and still get home all 4 guys. That's not good.
By the way, Monday morning is going to be a lot of fun. Monday morning will be a lot of fun at 8:30 a.m. You want to tune into the Morning Roast. Hell, you want to tune in at 6 a.m. But at 8:30 a.m., Jerry Rice, the GOAT, the Hall of Famer, the greatest receiver of all time, hell, maybe the greatest football player of all time, will join the Morning Roast for the first time this season at 8:30 a.m. on Monday. You don't want to miss that.
And it's like the thing that alarms me the most, and obviously there's the Jimmy Ward injury, and I'll throw that to the side. Just the offense as a whole, the thing that's the most alarming to me is that you weren't going up against the Pittsburgh defense. That front. You weren't going up against Aaron Donald. Yes. That front.
By the way, Aaron Donald throwing helmets again?
He's
always starting brawls and enjoy practices. He's nasty.
I'm over Aaron Donald.
But you know what, though? He's in peak form. He's ready to go. He's ready to go.
I don't want players throwing helmets. That's just me.
I don't either, but you know what?
I think it's kind of weak.
It's kind of weak, but the guy, he's a freak. No, he's ready to go.
He's a maniac, but had that been a Niner, everyone would be screaming that guy should be suspended for 8 games.
They're doing it. Niner fans are screaming for Aaron Donald.
Whatever.
You got Niner media members screaming for that.
I'm just over Aaron Donald. I'm going to retire. Actually, no, I'm back, and I want a big deal.
Oh, gosh.
That was ridiculous.
I want to get to some calls.
Well, no, but
things are about to get off the rails.
They didn't go up against Chandler Jones and Max Crosby, for example, 2 guys that I look at as elite players, right? They went up against the Texans front and a guy, Jerry Hughes. Now, he's a veteran, but He's a nobody, essentially. If we were talking all the top rushers in the league, he looked like he was DeMarcus Ware last night.
Oh, boy.
That was worrisome.
That is worrisome. Let's go to Matt in SF. What is he worried about? Matt, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, how's it going, guys? I watched the game last night. I really like that Houston let their inexperienced quarterback start the second half. And, it honestly seems like the Niners are afraid to let Jimmy fall on his face and make mistakes, but that's what the preseason is for. We have a team ready to compete. We got to let this kid, make his mistakes now. It doesn't make sense to me. It seems like there's a lot of pride involved.
So you're saying, wait, you mean Trey play in the second half? He said Jimmy, and
he meant Trey. I know he meant Trey.
Okay, I just want to make sure I was following along.
He meant Trey. And Davis Mills, he has a lot more experience.
Well, they were playing more of their ones. I know Cooks didn't play,
right?
But they were playing more of their first string on both sides of the ball, deeper into the game than the Niners were. At I think the third series, Malik Turner was the wide receiver out there for Trey Lance.
Debo, I was actually surprised to see Debo, Ayuk, and Kittle start that football game.
I think Ucsf only played one series.
They got him out of there quick.
Yeah, I think Kittle 2, and I think Debo 2. I could be wrong there. I'm sure somebody when all 22 stuff comes out, everyone's going to go crazy.
They already are going crazy.
But here's what I would say, and I know you were in the camp of he shouldn't play at all. He shouldn't play at all. To me, last night was a step forward in the sense that, all right, I got a little tiny glimpse into what could derail the season. I got a little tiny glimpse into what I think Trey needs to work on. Is it exactly the way it's going to play out in the regular season? No, it's not. But there are some things they have to avoid. Number one, 3rd and long. With this offensive line, you better establish the run, and if you can, then that play action is going to be there for you in that boot stuff. That works.
Also, I didn't want to see Trey play because of that film. Now that film is out there, and I know it's a basic playbook.
Okay.
But Chicago's going to eat up on that film. Seattle's going to eat up on that film, and they say, this is what we need to do. This is the weakness of the 49ers offense. They've exposed themselves. Now we see, okay, short yardage situations, they can't get a push off the line of scrimmage.
But didn't we kind of know that with the 3 youngsters in the middle?
Maybe, but now it's still out there. That tape is out there. The final tune-up for the preseason, Texans are humming. You got Lovie Smith, a defensive guy. Now you got a defensive guy and the head coach for the Chicago Bears. You have Pete Carroll, who's a defensive guy, obviously with the Seattle Seahawks. They're going to be chomping at the bit to come after Trey Lance. Now that film is out there. Now, they've probably seen the Vikings joint practice film or whatnot, but I didn't want him to play because I'm like, damn, he almost got hit multiple times. What about when who was that, Jerry Hughes, when he tapped his arm and Trey's looking downfield? That could have been an injury. I mean, I know I sound a little soft here, but I didn't want to see Trey Lance playing that game.
And Mark has said this yesterday, Mark Willard, and you've been on this. Maybe 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I agree. They're probably not going to have these kind of games, right? It's probably just going to be joint practices, but they have them. And if they're going to have them and he wants to play and there's some benefit there, clearly we can agree here. Can we agree here?
I don't know if there was any benefit from last night. Honestly, don't.
He doesn't need repetitions?
He may need reps, but was those reps good yesterday?
Well, how are they bad?
Those reps are.
It's live bullets against the live defense and opportunities for him not just the other team to look at film. What about himself to look at film and reflect and be able to go over some things?
He's got that with the Green Bay film. He's got that with the Houston film from last year. He's got that with the San Diego film. He's got that with the Rams film, the Cardinals film. He's got that with the Packers film.
I'm a believer, and I don't care if you're playing kindergarten soccer or if you're playing high-level quarterback in the NFL. The more opportunities to play cannot be a bad thing unless you're getting hurt. That I agree with you because you don't want to be exposed to injury. But in terms of repetitions and playing, iron sharpens iron. That's just how I live my life.
If Trent Williams is not playing, I want to protect my asset in the backfield, number 5, Trey Lance.
Like Trent Williams can get hurt this year, and he might have to be subjective to that setting during the regular season.
He can, but let me see that happen in the regular season, not in the preseason.
Okay.
Let's go to Larry in the city. Larry has an interesting take. Larry, good morning. You're on the roast.
Hey, Larry.
Hey, guys. Hey, what's up, fellas, man? I'm on my way to my real job now. So I just wanted to let you know, I'm just saying this, man. Trey Lance has got. He does just have to be better. He can't. He's just not very good as a quarterback. As his high ceiling and everything that he has, that's all great. But man, when it comes down to it, you got to learn how to hit those passes, man. You can't be skipping balls and. Man, you look like Kaepernick trying to be a quarterback.
Kaepernick was good for a period of time.
Hey, the one thing I really want to say is this. he's really got to be careful because Brock Purdy. I thought as a quarterback he was way better than
oh my God,
than Trey Lance. I mean, with scrubs. I mean, he had Malik Turner as his number one wide receiver. You know, and
Trey Lance.
Larry, you know I love you. What are you trying to say? Are you trying to say Brock Purdy
I'm trying to say
looked better than Trey Lance?
No. Yeah, he did look better than Trey Lance last night. But what I'm trying to say is this. He's got to be careful that he doesn't end up going around of Mike Vick and being Kirk Cousins. You know?
Okay.
Larry, you're all over the place.
Larry, okay.
I love you, Larry.
Everybody worried about the quarterback getting hurt. Last year, with Alex Mack, with McGlinchey, although he got hurt toward the end of the year, with Trent Williams, with Laken Tomlinson, Jimmy had multiple injuries.
Yeah.
Jimmy had multiple injuries.
Well, that's not saying much. We know Jimmy's injury.
But I'm just saying, like, all quarterbacks can get injured.
Right.
The game is inherently violent. But what I'm saying is, like, everyone's like, well, Trey could get hurt. Of course he could get hurt. Last year, with a better offensive line, with more experience and more continuity, the quarterback got hurt multiple times.
I would rather see that in the regular season than the preseason, though.
No,
that's all I'm saying.
That's a totally different conversation.
That's my conversation.
I'm saying, like, this whole, Trey's got to be careful because he's going to get hurt. Literally, the quarterback got hurt multiple times last year.
And you're talking about an injury-prone quarterback.
Trey got hurt in the knee. Trey hurt his finger. Jimmy hurt his shoulder. Jimmy hurt his thumb.
Jimmy hurt everything.
They all got hurt.
Brock Purdy did not look better than Trey Lance. What? We're watching different games. We're watching different games.
Brock's just throwing it up. He almost got picked multiple times. And Sudfeld and him, look, the two of them aren't very good.
Do me a favor, John Lynch. Cut Brock Purdy so we never, ever have to talk about him ever again. Okay? This is how bad it's been for 49er fans at the quarterback spot.
If we didn't have Trey Lance and it was Jimmy starting and Brock Purdy got brought in, imagine the mania.
Oh, my God. We're ready to start Nick Mullins over Jimmy Garoppolo. Nickel Nick. And by the way, that's another conversation for down the line, but Trey Lance has to work out because under Kyle Shanahan in San Francisco, none of these quarterbacks has gotten better under Kyle Shanahan. Those are the facts. Nick Mullins, Jimmy Garoppolo, C.J. Beathard, Brian Hoyer.
Fair.
You know, a lot of these guys have not gotten better under Kyle Shanahan. They've regressed.
That's fair.
But that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, you're looking for development from year 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 in a system.
Right.
In the way that you saw the offensive coordinator who's now the Giants coach with the Bills.
Brian Daboll.
Work with Josh Allen and get better year after year.
Yep.
Even Lamar Jackson, you can see from year to year he's gotten better.
Greg Roman's helped him out.
I think you're right there.
But listen, it's gotten so bad for 49er fans at the quarterback spot. We've grown accustomed to watching Tim Rattay, J.T. O'Sullivan, Cody Pickett, Sean Hill, Alex Smith, just mediocrity at the quarterback spot. And that's why I understand why it's so easy to get gassed up off of Brock Purdy. Did you saw the interception last night? That was Pop Warner type stuff right there. That was bad. This guy's not ready to play quarterback in the NFL. Stop getting gassed up off a couple throws against fourth stringers who are not going to be playing in the NFL. Half those guys on the Texans are going to be playing in the XFL next year. They're going to be playing in the USFL. All right? They're not going to be NFL players. So let's pump the brakes on Brock Purdy.
You know what it is?
Please.
People had in their minds. I told you this
Brock
in the green
Purdy.
room. I'm bringing the private show to the air.
Damn, Brock
People
Purdy.
in their mind have this template of what a quarterback looks like. And it's this try-hard little white guy. And they want to root for that guy. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. You are listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM, and HD1 San Francisco. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Download the Odyssey app. Your favorite 95.7 The Game for the best and most up-to-date sports coverage. And do not forget that you can watch us on YouTube and Twitch. Just log on to search 95.7 The Game, YouTube and Twitch, and the Comcast Business Text Line. Shout out to you guys. You see what we're rocking today. Shasky's got the Olympic Club. Got the Jerry Rice Pro Bowl jersey on. We're ready to go.
You know, when you look around the league, who's dominating? The physical freaks or the try-hard little guys?
Oh, my gosh.
Like, Kyler's one of the smallest players that game's ever seen. He has talent that is just oozing off the field.
Right.
And I still don't even know if he's any good or not. And he's got a cannon. He runs like the wind. He was the top 10 pick in baseball. The guy's got athleticism beyond our wildest dreams. All of the players in the league that are dominating this league are physical freaks.
Right.
You have to have a baseline of talent. I'm sorry. Purdy, nice guy. I like him. He can be the smartest guy who's ever played. He physically can't throw the ball down the field into tight windows like they need.
No, not on this team, especially on this team. Get him out of here. 925. Brock Purdy also was playing against defensive players that will be personal trainers at 24-Hour Fitness next week. It's pretty good. Look, the whole thing with Brock Purdy, man, he played all 4 years at Iowa State. He's experienced. No, he played all 4 years at Iowa State because he wasn't good enough to jump to the NFL. That's why. I watched him play in the Fiesta Bowl against Oregon, right? Okay. They beat up on Oregon. Why don't you leave Iowa State? No, I want to come back for my 4th year. Oh, well, you want to come back because you're not good enough to play in the NFL. And he comes back. They have a big game early in the season because I bet on this game. And I watch a lot. You know me. I love college football. One of the few games I got to watch that weekend, Iowa at Iowa State. And Kirk Ferentz and the Iowa Hawkeyes punk Brock Purdy. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull up the stats after we get Manny and Seventel. Just Brock Purdy. You guys want to get on my nerves on a Friday morning? Let's keep talking about Brock Purdy looking better than Trey Lance.
I love the Niners.
Brock Purdy.
Look what it's made you do.
Don't knock us for watching film, Shasky. Brock Purdy.
He did.
We had to listen to the play-by-play guy pump up Brock Purdy last week. I'm like, oh my God.
No, here's the best part. Let's play the Al Michaels cut. He gassing him up for minutes on end, him and Herb Street, and then immediately Purdy fails. Come on, Steven, give me that one. It's so good.
But you give Brock Purdy a chance to throw the ball into the interior of this defense, he has been on the money every single time.
Oh my gosh.
7 of 10 for 117 yards is Purdy tonight. Again,
not that time.
Yeah, a little shoulder shake, and sure enough, the minute we start talking about how great he is, Jake Hansen with the interception back to the 49-yard line. We just have to shut up here.
Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good.
That was Nick Mullins all over again. Because what they didn't, he was 7 of 10. He literally threw an interception before halftime on his first drive, and the guy dropped the ball. And then he threw that one into quadruple coverage or whatever it was.
Oh, man.
That was the Nick Mullins experience. Ooh, look at the numbers. He's throwing it all over the yard. And then the horrific pick.
Manny and Sementel, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Yeah, good morning, Bonte. Good morning, Joe. Don't worry, I'm not going to talk about Brock Purdy.
Don't worry, you can if you want to.
I love the Niner fan base, and I hate them at the same time.
Me too.
And we're all faithful, though. Let's go. So 3 series. We only had Debo and Ayuk and Kittle out there 2 series. Third series, they weren't out there. It was Jennings and Turner. So, I mean, our weapons aren't out there, or at least our receiving weapons. I'm more worried about McKivitz, man, on the right side, because if he's going to fill in for McClinchy, I saw him whip on a bunch of blocks. I see 55 run by him like 3 times in the game. On that rollout you guys were talking about when he was rolling out to the left, Trey, when he got hit on the arm, 55 ran right by Jalen Moore and Trey Sermon. I mean, Joe, you said you like Trey Sermon. I really don't. I'm not really feeling Trey Sermon, man. I feel like he gets east and west too much. On 4th and 2, he couldn't get. I mean, I'm more worried about the right side of the O. Yeah. And other than that, man, people need to pump the brakes. It's preseason, dude. It's 3 series. I mean, Trey Lance is a stud, dude. He's gonna be moving around that pocket.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Run. He's gonna make some nice throws this year. He's gonna be nice.
Let me re-clarify my Sermon thing.
Okay.
I thought it was the best he's looked in a Niner uniform last night. I'm not saying I really, really like Trey Sermon. To me, Mason's a better football player for this team. That's just, if you're asking me between the two of them, I just thought last night I wanted to give him a little love because I have crushed him a lot. He looked as good as he has looked in a Niner uniform. You take that for what you want it to believe. I'm not high on him, though. I'm with you in the sense of he's very indecisive.
All right, let me tell you about Brock Purdy for a second at Iowa State.
Oh.
Let me go back to this. We're going to get to the calls. Brock Purdy, right? Week 2, they play Iowa. They lose 27-17 at home. They were down 24-10 in this football game, right? I watched this entire game because I bet on Iowa State, and I was like, God, this guy, why did I bet on Brock Purdy? I knew it the first series of the game. Say, why did I bet on this guy? This game, Brock Purdy, 13-27, 138 yards, 3 interceptions. Matter of fact, he played so bad that a guy named Hunter Deckers played quarterback and had 16 pass attempts in that football game. Got benched in that game. Benched. And we out here pumping up Brock Purdy saying he looked better than Trey Lance. Stay off the weed. Hell, stay off the crack. That ain't weed, that's crack.
All right, B.
All right.
I want to break down Trey,
I had to get that out of there.
Not just yesterday, just in the preseason, what's Trey done really well, and what am I most worried about?
And we're going to get to Tamir, Tyler, Austin, Everybody on the morning roast, 888-957-9570. Are you concerned about Trey Lance? How you feeling after the preseason finale as we get ready for Chicago? Now we can start to ramp up and get ready for week 1. That's what I'm talking about.
Are we going to bring up the J word?
I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm ready to go there right now. Right now, I'm to Brock Purdy stuff.
Just a little peekaboo?
My fellow Niner fans have been led astray by... yeah, I don't know if we could do that. But if we do, I have a take that's going to blow everybody's mind about Jimmy Garoppolo. But we let the broadcast team, we let all these experts pump us up about Brock Purdy. Niner fans, I'm sorry. He's not that guy, pal. He's not that guy. Your call's coming up. Brought to you by Fremont Bank. Full service banking, no compromises.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
What do you think of Trey Lance's preseason?
Lance rainbows left side. Got a man out there over the shoulder catch for the touchdown. And it is the rookie Danny Trey.
We're reacting to last night's game all day.
Starters stay healthy. You do that and you've all had a great game.
Welcome to the Trey area.
95.7 The Game, the Bay Area sports station.
Kirby is your driveway mechanic. They bring the shop to you. Brakes, tire replacements, oil changes, so much more. You don't have to do anything because it's ultimate convenience, easy booking, transparent pricing, but best on-time arrival and service in my driveway, in your driveway. No waiting rooms, no coordinating rides back and forth to the mechanic. You have direct access to the mechanic in your driveway. Friendly, reliable service, no middleman, no upsells, no fraudulence, no worrying about my transmission having all of these secret issues. No. That's where Kirby comes in. Get $50 off your first oil change with the code OIL50. Check out Kirby.com. That's CURBEE.com.
Okay, you know those amazing spots only the true San Francisco locals are in on? Like Square Pizza. That place with the square pizzas? Or Mama the spot for sweet and sour chicken that's anything but so-so. Order up! You know, with the Granch dressing. And all the other spots the real SF locals know without us even saying them. Yeah, they're on DoorDash. San Francisco gets it. DoorDash has it.
T-Mobile believes customers deserve to get more without paying more. Everything from entertainment benefits like Netflix on Us, to travel benefits, to Scam Shield protection, all with taxes and fees included. So the price you see is the price you pay. When you're a T-Mobile customer, you get over $225 in value every month in benefits with our Max family plan.
That's like paying for nosebleed seats and getting to sit in the front row.
That's right. At T-Mobile, your family gets over $225 worth of value and benefits with our Max plan each and every month. Plus, with our Price Lock Guarantee, we won't raise your rate plan price for talk, text, and data ever.
That's like paying for a cab and getting a stretch limo.
At T-Mobile, you get value beyond the expected.
Qualifying service required. Value based on included monthly benefits. Sales tax and regulatory fees included in Max's monthly price. Price Lock guarantees rate price of talk, text, and data for new accounts with qualifying service. Exclusions apply. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Everything, our farm, our stand, our pop-up shop, it really all started when we discovered the benefits of local, raw honey for our family.
And then we decided to turn it into a business.
We were looking for something to help us get up and running.
So we got the Chase Business Complete Banking Account.
It's more than a bank account. It comes with Quick Accept, which lets us take card payments anytime, anywhere in the U.S. using the Chase mobile app. Plus, we get same-day deposits at no extra cost. For us, it's more than honey. It's about sharing a little sweetness with the world.
Get the Chase Business Complete Banking Account with the essentials you need to help get your business going. Learn more at chase.com/business-complete-banking. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Quick Accept is not available in U.S. territories. Enrollment required. Usage subject to approval. Same-day deposits available for payments before 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday to Friday. Fees and rates apply for checking and processing. Limitations and restrictions apply. Participants compensated. Merchant services provided by Payment Tech LLC. LLC, and WePay Inc., subsidiaries of J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
What's better than an award-winning education? A free award-winning education. Evergreen Valley College was named a 2021 Best College for an Associate's degree with the 4th most diverse faculty in the country. And with EVC alum earning more than any other California community college according to Newsweek and PayScale, you can take classes and transfer or fast-track your career. And now at Evergreen Valley College, tuition is free for fall 2022. Visit evc.edu for more information. Make connections that count with free tuition in the fall 2022 semester at evc.edu.
Now with Xfinity, you'll get unlimited internet with gig speed and supersonic Wi-Fi. With a 2-year internet rate guarantee, no annual contract required, and no equipment fees. Talk about knock your socks off. Ooh, plus a free Flex 4K streaming box. It's like hitting the streaming jackpot. It's all just $50 a month when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data. $50 a month. A price that's truly jaw-dropping.
Oh, literally.
The speed you need at a price you want. Value that's simply bananas. That's the new Xfinity Supersonic Bundle. It's kind of a big deal. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store to learn more.
Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New gigabit internet customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
When people have a craving to explore new and traditional Asian cuisines, they head to P.F. Chang's, where scratch-made dishes come from the 2,000-year-old tradition of wok cooking. P.F. Chang's wanted to explore new possibilities for their website. They turned to AmericanEagle.com. AmericanEagle.com re-architected P.F. Chang's website, integrating multiple third-party systems to create a unified digital experience. The results? Improved page speed and performance, personalized content based on users' location, intuitive online ordering, an increase in organic search visibility, and a 40% increase in new users. For scratch-made Asian cuisine, visit your local P.F. Chang's or go to pfchangs.com for website design, development, digital marketing, and hosting that produce efficiency, revenue, and results. Visit AmericanEagle.com. P.F. Chang's and AmericanEagle.com. Another example of the best businesses in the world, turning to the best in the business for websites. Go to AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW1. That's 877-WEB-NOW1.
But you give Brock Purdy a chance to throw the ball into the interior of this defense, he has been on the money every single time.
7 of 10 for 117 yards is Purdy tonight. Again,
not that time.
A little shoulder shake, and sure enough, the minute we start talking about how great he is, Jake Hansen with the interception back to the 49-yard line. We just have to shut up here.
Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good.
Now, back to the morning roast with Bonte and Shasky.
Bonte from the 925 as you destroy Brock Purdy. Joe Shasky is the Brock Purdy of 95.7 The Game.
Look,
you know what?
That's not right.
You know what?
You're not Brock Purdy.
Can I be Colton McKivitz?
No, you're not even Colton McKivitz. You're a very vital piece to the 95.7 The Game operation.
I consider
myself
Fred
Warner.
No, I'm not Fred Warner.
Might be Nick Bosa.
No, I'm not that either.
Who are you, Brandon Ayuk?
I want to be Kittle.
You are Kittle then.
You know?
Be whoever you want to be. You're one of the main pieces.
Yeah, I got sound bites.
You're a premium player.
Yeah.
You're a premium player. Brock Purdy is not a premium player, and I hate to crush the guy. He's Mr. Irrelevant. Shouldn't even be in the league, but
Sudfeld stinks too. Can you agree Sudfeld
is awful.
He stinks too.
You know, and
because I don't want you. We're picking on Purdy. I'm not saying that we are.
We're here. Yeah, I don't want to do that to Brock Purdy.
And I want to get into Lance.
But it's been flooded, and for 3 weeks, my timeline, my DM, dude, Brock Purdy, man, could be. I said, come on, guys, let's not do this. It's preseason. Let's not do this. Let me say this before I say this. Kirby gift card giveaway coming up in 10.5 minutes.
Nice. Tell people what Kirby is.
$100 gift card.
It's basically a mobile service where they're going to come to your driveway. It's a mechanic that comes to your driveway.
So we bring the shop to you.
Absolutely.
Brakes, tires, oil changes, and more.
How about when I have the check engine light on?
You got to call them. 866-CURBEE1.
Don't get caught on the road with a dead battery.
And you get $50 off your first oil change with the code. Oil50. Oil50. We're going to do that in 10 minutes. 415-951-2386. 415-951-2386. Instead of the fifth caller, I want to do the third caller. Because Lubman's got to take calls, man. A lot of people want to talk 49ers. But since you brought up Nate Sudfeld, because he stinks too.
Number 3.
I haven't even got there yet. Just everybody's pumping up Brock Purdy. It's how bad Nate Sudfeld has been. Sudfeld stinks, okay? He stinks too. I'm sorry. Nothing personal against the guy. Nothing personal.
He's the human white flag?
He's worse than Mullins. He looks worse than Mullins.
Number 7.
The human white flag. And he's wearing number 7. That's the thing. He's not good enough to wear number 7. He's not good enough. You can't wear. Nate Sudfeld needs number 15 on his jersey. He needs to be wearing number 15. Not good enough for number 7. Yep. So with that said, what the hell do you do with Jimmy? You brought him up before the break. I'm not losing my marbles. It's 7:21 in the morning on a Friday.
You guys know a guy named Jimmy?
I am totally open to bringing him back as a backup quarterback. I am. I'm totally open to bringing him back as a backup quarterback.
So you and I were talking about Laken Tomlinson in the offseason, and I had said to you, because we had this conversation about franchise tags. Laken Tomlinson played left guard for this team and was really good. Always healthy. You knew what you got with him. Not a perfect player, but a really good player. I don't love paying a really good player premium money, but there are certain circumstances in life where you're kind of forced to because you don't have a backup or you can't upgrade or even find something that's sufficiently better at a cheaper price, right? And when you go in the draft and you go for rookies and things like that comes with extreme risk. I do feel like, and I know that there are the salary cap wizards out there that are going to say, oh, even if you were to, move off of Jimmy, you wouldn't have been able to afford this guy. Even if you kept Jimmy, you couldn't afford this guy. I just look at it this as a casual fan. $25 million for Jimmy. Boy. And I knew I was going to move off him. I wish I would have franchise tagged Laken Tomlinson to solidify my offensive line since I know I've got a little extra money coming off the books with the Jimmy Garoppolo thing. That, to me, doesn't seem that outlandish to be frustrated with from a team-building aspect. Am I wrong on that, Monte? If you know you're going to move off of Jimmy, why not use a little bit of that money to maybe retain Laken for at least 1 year?
Yeah, letting him walk, I think it's a big, big blow to this offensive line. And this is why we keep talking about the Jimmy Garoppolo stuff being botched. And you heard the Jimmy stuff's going nowhere, folks. Number one.
Well, he's a better player than Brock and Sudfeld, and it's not even
close.
It's not even
close.
Worth entertaining anyone who thinks otherwise.
No, it's not even close. But the broadcast kept bringing up Jimmy
I
this,
know.
and Jimmy that, and Jimmy this, and Jimmy that. He's a great teammate. And then you heard Richard Sherman say, Jimmy's not saying anything because he's a great teammate. He's a good dude. Now, you take it at face value if you want from Richard Sherman. I don't know, but his teammates say great things about Jimmy. So I didn't believe the whole ghosting thing. It's like, wait, what? Like, teammates speak highly of Jimmy Garoppolo. They'll tell you. Like, we'll find out if guys don't really rock with Jimmy. But if you know Jimmy's not going to be here, and one of your left guard, like, the benefit the Niners had last year is that the left side of their offensive line was one of the best in pro football.
And you had a veteran center.
So I didn't have to worry about the left side. But you let him walk, and Alex Mack retires on you. So you don't replace Alex Mack, or you are with Jake Brindle, and you have Aaron Banks playing left guard. Now, I don't want to crush Aaron Banks, but he doesn't look ready to start in the NFL.
Right now, if we were just comparing last year's offensive line, which, again, not a perfect offensive line, got Jimmy hurt, and you could say Jimmy, football, the game's violent, whatever, but those are the facts. The quarterback, both of them, Trey Lance and Jimmy, both got hurt behind a better offensive line. Trent's Trent, so move him to the side.
Right.
Is right now, or is Banks or Burford, either guard, better than Laken Tomlinson?
Not right now.
Not right now, no. And I know the price point is part of the equation, but I think it would have been worth it. Is Alex Mack a better football player right now than Jake Brendel?
There's no question.
Right?
No question.
So, and then I look at, like, if McGlinchey's out, is Colton McKivitz or Jalen Moore? I don't know who would play.
Jalen Moore did not look good last night.
Are either of them better than McGlinchey?
It doesn't look, and McGlinchey's not all that.
No, but
he's better than what you have.
So what I'm saying to you is it's very clear to me last year's offensive line, which wasn't great, but was good enough, and then you compare that to this year's offensive line, there's a significant drop-off.
Yep.
Right now, at least. Now, maybe by the end of the year, that they can build some continuity, guys can play themselves into being better. That's kind of what you're hoping with the quarterback position.
Right.
Is Trey better than Jimmy right now? I don't think so. But can he be by week 7, 10, 15.
Yep.
That's the question. And I think it's the same question with the offensive line. I just wish the offensive line was farther along because the two of them go hand in hand.
It goes hand in hand.
If the quarterback's playing well, I bet the O-line's playing well.
Right.
If the O-line's playing well, you're going to give the quarterback better opportunities to look better.
And now you're long developing pass plays down the field. You're going to be able to hit those.
Yes.
Because you have better pass protection. I saw some tweets last night saying, well, Jimmy played behind the same line. And
it was not
even close to being the same offensive line.
We have to have nuance.
You have a lot of inexperience on this offensive line. Now, you get Chicago week 1. I don't think they have a ferocious defense.
No.
They're solid. They're going to have a defensive-minded coach. It is week 1. They're going to be fired up, right? They're going to be fired up.
Mm-hmm.
Week 2, Seattle. We know it's a division game.
And their D is actually the best part of their team.
Division games are different. If Seattle's physical, and then you get to Aaron Donald in week 4, it's a concern. So I was wondering last night, I was like, damn, nobody talks about this much. And now the conversation is, do you want to make Lincoln Tomlinson one of the 5'10" highest paid offensive linemen in pro football?
Sometimes you have to do things because your team doesn't have a better option.
It's all about protecting Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Trey Lance is on the rookie deal for a reason.
Well, did I love paying Jimmy Garoppolo at the time, top 5 money at the position when he was unproven? No. But did you have a better option?
No.
And is that the market rate for a very good player?
Yep.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yep.
That's how the free agency and retaining really good players happens.
Yep.
Like even Deebo Samuel, we all agree, as a pure wide receiver, you're probably not squeezing the lemon on $22 million a year.
No.
And you see it in a preseason game like yesterday,
where you can't get separation on the deep route.
But he's better than that in a regular setting when you give him the ball all over the field.
Right.
But you're not going to see that standing out in practice or in these preseason games.
So I don't know. It feels like the Niners will cut Jimmy at some point, but man, when you watch those backup quarterbacks and you watch this offensive line, I'm saying, man, if Suffield has to come in and relieve Trey Lance due to injury, or if Brock Purdy's on his roster, boy, we got bigger problems out here.
And I want to take calls, 888-957-9570. I know we're lined up. You know, are you satisfied from what you've seen, or are you worried? Are you worried? Just team as a whole, Trey specifically. And then B, after we rattle off some calls, I want to break down what Trey's doing well and what he's not doing well as what we've seen thus far.
And I don't even know if we've seen enough.
Well, of course we haven't.
We've seen...
But there are things that I like.
We've seen 4 possessions of Trey in the preseason. 4.
5.
With a limited playbook. He had 2 against Green Bay, right?
Yeah, and 3 yesterday.
Was it 3? Oh, yeah, it was 3. It was 3, not 2. 3. Yeah. Debo and Ayuk had 2.
I'm splitting hairs.
Yeah. No, 5. No. So accuracy matters. 5 possessions in the preseason. All right?
I know, 5 possessions.
5.
They might get that in the first half against the Bears.
With the way they turn the ball over. Let's go to our main man, Tamir in Oakland. Tamir, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, what's up, guys? I just wanted to say it's good to hear you guys. I've been MIA for a couple of weeks, had strategy or whatnot. But
sorry about that, man. Hopefully everything was well.
Yeah, my pop passed away, but
I'm sorry.
Up there watching down, so it's all good.
My heart goes out to you and your family, buddy.
Hey, thank you. For the Niner fans, though, I think people need to relax. Like, it was a preseason game. You guys mentioned that the O-line was horrible. I'm not a quarterback on the pro level, but I played in high school and stuff. Your offensive line ain't blocking, and they come at your legs or whatever, and you're running, worried about getting hit low or hit, you're not going to throw accurate all the time. And he's with professionals that way faster than the high school level. Mm-hmm. And then second, people forget about Josh Allen. When he first started, he was the same way. Trey Lance, the tape looks exactly the same, like if you compare them too. So, like, if we just pump the brakes and relax, it's like his first year. It's a preseason game. And like Bonte said, in the Arizona game, he got better. The Texans game in the regular season, he got better as the game went on. So it was just 3 series. He'll be fine. I think Niners will be fine. I'm not a Niner fan, but you guys got a stacked team, and I feel like you guys will be just fine. We just got to relax, and hopefully the offensive line and Trent Williams doesn't get hurt, and you guys will be good.
Thanks for the call, Tamir. Prayers up to your family. Sorry that you lost your pops, man. Tamir's a good friend of the program.
Absolutely.
Hate that happened to him, man, but he sounds like he's getting better and better. Tamir's a good dude. By the way, before we get back out to the lines, 888-957-9570. Caller number 3. Call right now. 415-951-2386. You will win a $100 Kirby gift card. A Kirby gift card. By the way, Anna was asking, do they work on Mercedes-Benzes? That's what she told me. She said, ask them if they work on Benzes. I could use this service.
Number 3.
Of course they work on Mercedes-Benz.
I'm just asking. You never know. There's some shops who only work on Dodges. There's some shops who only work on BMWs.
I wouldn't know. I have a Mitsubishi.
Well, I wouldn't know either. I have a Dodge.
Yep.
You know, when I had a Toyota Camry, like, yeah, get that thing out of here. High-end cars only. You know what I'm saying? She asked. She wants an oil change. She get a hookup. We'll talk off air. Kirby.
I love you.
What? What'd I do?
You're just
What'd I do?
constantly flexing.
I'm not flexing on anything. I don't have a Benz. She has a Benz. I don't have a Benz. I can't afford a Benz. You kidding me?
Back to the Niners.
Man. She says, hey, do they work on... That's exactly what she said. I said, that's a great question.
This is not good radio. We're not going to continue on with this.
The 925. Do they come to the hood? Can they work on the street? They will come wherever you're at.
That's a good point.
All right,
do they come to the hood?
They will go to wherever you're at.
Going to the projects. A lot of people need their cars worked on. You know, you can't be afraid to go to the projects. Can't be afraid to go to Hunters Point. Kirby, everywhere. Suburbs, hood, Cap Street, you name it. Kirby's there,
Cap
baby.
Street is not like it used to be. I'm letting you know that right now.
Tyler in the city. Tyler, what's happening, man? You're on the roast.
All right, what's good, gang, man? Hey, all the Jimmy sexuals are coming out of the woodworks, man. Hey, we had like 15 new accounts get created just literally last night. I just want to go ahead and go over Trey Lance's preseason numbers.
Okay.
11 for 16 in the preseason, 68% completion percentage, 142 yards, 1 touchdown, and a passer rating of 115. 0 picks. He was the only quarterback last night that did not throw an interception.
Yep.
I'm going to love all the Jimmy sexuals that are going to be coming out with the casual takes anytime that we lose, including preseason. So I'm just ready for this ride this season, my boys.
I'm so
Tyler,
fired up.
Tyler, we love you, Tyler. That's how you know how serious this is today. It's serious business. So Tyler gets off the YouTube chat and calls the show.
I love it.
He doesn't call the show much.
The YouTube chat is looking like a slot machine right now. So is the Xfinity text line. It's just been absolutely insane. But this is why I love the 49er fan base. Because it's going to be insanity this year. Bonte, the stands will be insanity.
Yeah.
The Twitter streets will be insanity. You and I will be insane.
It's just, we were talking off air about week 1. Whatever happens in that Chicago game, that Monday, I'm going
to say this.
Listen,
they're going to destroy the Bears.
Listen,
Nick Bosa will have multiple sacks. Mark my words. Keep this tape, right? We don't even do tape. Mark this digital cut or whatever. They are going to destroy the Bears.
Listen.
Everybody who's worried, nobody's
worried about Chicago.
They will destroy the
Trey
Bears.
Lance might throw 4 bombs in that game. Trey Lance might throw 4 touchdown passes in that game. Bears stink. I agree.
Well, their defense is going to dominate the Bears' offense.
Yeah, Justin Fields will have no time to throw. His line looks worse as Justin Fields highlights or Seattle Seahawks highlights are on the screen right now. Listen, this season, and I got a dose of it last night. It reminded me. It reminded me of when we used to do overtime and how crazy overtime was after games and how chaotic it was. And how we would just lose our minds, and it became the best post-game show this market has ever heard, right? We changed the post-game show on the radio.
That's the ask for the Steiny drop.
So, last night I'm watching the game, and I got baby Chaz on my lap, Shasky.
And what was she saying? Brock Purdy!
I had the phone, I had the Cocomellas on one side, and she was like holding my arm, and then ball. It's like, ball. They're not looking good. So, listen, it hit me when I looked at Twitter and I saw all the responses that said, oh, football season's back. Like, Warrior season's one thing, and I love Warrior fans, and they go crazy too. Remember game 1 NBA Finals and losing our minds.
Season's
then they lose
over.
game 3.
Let's trade everyone.
I don't know if they can win 3 the next 4 games. Well, they did. They won 3 straight when they NBA championship.
Looks unplayable.
He looks unplayable.
He did, though.
Yeah, think pieces with full articles, 500 words saying start Kuminga game 4. Jonathan Kuminga, who apparently is cocky right now and not working out. Football season's a different beast, man. It's all right. I'm already getting a dose of it.
I love it.
And I wasn't ready for it. Now I'm ready for it. I'm ready to go.
It's like when you're about to go into the pool and the pool is icy cold. You can't just dip your feet in.
Yeah.
You have to cannonball into that pool. It's the only way to get through it. And I love that Niner fans are ready to cannonball right through it. But this is the beauty of where they're at right now.
Yeah.
They've got a great team. We're freaking out about the quarterback. They've got one of the longest tenured coaches since George Seifert, right?
Right.
Everything is there for this team to have a great, fun season. I have no idea how it's going to play itself out, but I am so here for every step of the journey.
Listen. If that journey starts off with an L in week 1, that Monday show, Sam Lubbock can just stay home.
Mark my words. Nick Bosa will have multiple sacks week 1.
I'm saying a lot.
No, Nick Bosa is a freaking machine. Everyone needs to take a deep breath. The defense is going to be very good this year.
Very good.
Very good. I'm worried about the Jimmy Ward injury moving forward.
That's a problem.
Moving forward,
That's
there's
a
no
problem.
question.
4 games. That's a problem.
Chicago is in a nightmare situation right now. They hired a defensive coach. We'll get to Chicago the week of that week.
Let's get
but my point being is that I'm worried about the offense, and I think it's going to be a work in progress. But this is why I paid Shanahan the amount of money and extended him, because I believe him to be a genius offensively, and he is going to have to scheme it up around a porous offensive line and a young quarterback, and he's going to have to get the ball out quick and find ways to make this offense potent enough to be complementary with this defense.
I'm seeing a lot of texts and a lot of tweets and a lot of chat. Trey Lance was exposed. He doesn't look ready. So I want to break down what Trey Lance did well and what he didn't do well in the preseason and the limited snaps that he had this preseason. 5 possessions. Austin in the Bay, what's happening?
Austin.
You're on the roast.
Hey, good morning, fellas. Hey, look, last night's game clearly shows that Trey Lance is not ready, and some 2 studs that looks like Jimmy, a broken Jimmy. But we all know Jimmy do good in the preseason, and he took us to the Super Bowl. With that being said, I say we should start Jimmy, right, for these few games, like first 5 games, 6 games, and then send him his flowers so we can at least be halfway, winning or whatnot. We ain't gonna be winning with Trey in the beginning of the season. We're looking at a losing season if we do that. So yeah, if we start Jimmy in the beginning, we should be good, and then send him his flowers, and then hand the keys over to Trey.
Trey won a playoff game. Trey won a game with the playoffs on the line for you last year at home against this same Texans team, where they dismantled them in the second half. He literally won a game for your team to keep your playoff hopes alive, because you would have been mathematically eliminated had you not won that game. Does that game not matter?
To a lot of people, it doesn't. You know why? They say, it's just the Texans. Texans were playing better down the stretch.
They were the team that also beat the Chargers and stifled Herbert.
And they were a team that, like, when you get late in the season and you get a pro football team like in the NFL, and you're playing the 49ers and they're playing for something, to the Texans, that's a playoff game.
Well, that's their Super Bowl.
And that's a lot of players are playing for jobs.
Yes.
They would put good tape on there. Oh, man, there's Deebo Samuel, there's Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle. Oh, I'm about to ball out today. I got to get mine. But people forget about that. And he had to have it. That's a lot of pressure for a guy. Hey, Trey, you haven't played since week 3 Arizona or week 4 or week 5, whatever it was. But you got to go out there and win this Texans game. You can't blow it because Jimmy's not there. And you're starting that game, and you go out there and win that game, help your team win that game. That's a big deal to me. May not be a big deal to a lot of people. That's a big deal to me. 888-957-9570. 888-957-9570. We'll break down Trey Lance, what he did well and what he did good. But Austin says something about Jimmy G looking good in the preseason. He didn't look good in the preseason last year. The Chargers game, remember he threw the pick? He threw it high to Ayuk. Yeah. Wide open windows, he was throwing high. The Kansas City game, week 1. We were saying, hey, Jimmy, it's starting 8. You checking it down. Why don't you stretch the field and experiment? He was still playing it safe.
Remember
hasty 2 yards.
Remember 2019 on Monday Night Football against the Denver Broncos in the preseason when Booger McFarland was all over him?
Oh, yeah, when he said Jimmy Garoppolo.
He almost threw 5 consecutive picks in this game.
Well, he said Jimmy Garoppolo looks scared. And the timeline was like, he's cooked.
He's shook.
Dude, that week of radio, let me just tell you, you can't get that back. Let's go to Al in Jersey. Al, what's happening? You're on the roast.
What's going on, fellas? Hey, thanks for taking the call, man. I just want to tell everybody just to calm down. to relax a little bit. I think Trey Lance is going to be fine. I know that the O-line looked shoddy at best last night, but I believe when the game is live and the bullets are real, I think Cal's going to scheme up, have a great game plan for week 1 against the Bears and moving forward. I think Trey's going to have a fantastic season. I think all the Jimmy fans are going to realize that the kid is the real deal. And I'm actually pumped and excited for Niners football, man. I think they're going to be fine. I think the Niners are going to be fine. Trey's going to do his thing. Everybody got to just calm down. Just
Thank you, Al.
Relax.
Thank you, Al.
Take it easy.
It's good to hear from you, Al. It's good to hear from you. I'm with them. And that's why I didn't want Trey to play yesterday. Because I knew if he struggled, my biggest fear was if he struggled,
I'm glad.
This was going to be the tone. He ain't ready.
Yeah, but B, this is, you know what? This is part of swimming in the deep end. Sometimes you got to take a little water into the lungs
I need a
to
life
be
jacket.
able to learn how to swim.
I need a life jacket then.
It's not the end of the world. He's going to be fine. He needs to get accustomed to how rabid this fan base is. Otherwise, you're either going to sink or swim.
Yeah, I mean, jeez. Preseason week 3, and he's not ready? He got exposed? No, the only thing that got exposed last night was 1, Brock Purdy, 2, the offensive line, and 3, not having Jimmy Ward.
I watched the game live, and then I went back and watched on the NFL Plus app twice. He didn't throw 1 interceptable ball.
No, not 1.
Okay?
Not 1.
Now, the other 2 quarterbacks, multiple interceptable balls.
Against third and fourth stringers.
Okay, and look, was he a little inaccurate? Okay, maybe he could throw the Malik Turner one up a little higher. Maybe he could lead Debo a little more on that one. I actually thought it was a really good throw. It should have been a PI. Could he, showcase a little more accuracy on the scramble outright where he's running for his life, throwing across his body? Well, I didn't know if that was an intentional throw into the dirt or what.
Well, how about just taking a little mustard off when you're throwing a George Kittle on a stick route? Those are ones you got to hit to start drives.
Yeah.
Hey, quick, easy completion, get your rhythm up. That will come.
Yeah, that was a miss.
That was a miss. Then later on in that, I think that same possession, if I'm not mistaken, George Kittle came open on the out route, and Trey Lance could hit that.
Yep.
It's got to know that stare. Hey, let me just get it to him. It's got to be in the belly button. It's got to be in the belly button. Let me get that there. He didn't throw it there. He threw it somewhere else. Trey's going to be fine, but the good is he does stand in the pocket. He's not afraid of the rush. He knows when to abort the pocket. He's a pocket-first quarterback who keeps his head downfield. I love that from a young quarterback.
And B, he's so mobile. I'm envisioning Jimmy Garoppolo behind this exact same O-line. He would have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times did Trey either step up or roll out right and created a play where there was no play because of a jailbreak scenario with the O-line?
Let's go to Tsunami in San Jose. Tsunami, what's happening? You're on the roast.
What's up, big fellas? How you doing, man? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, brother.
Hey, Trey Lance is going to be fine.
Exactly.
Absolutely fine. But one thing that's not going to be fine is that O-line, man. That O-line is bad. And I've been hearing everybody you guys bring in, Shasky, you and Langford went to all those first days of training camp. You brought in all those guys from all those podcasts. Everything I always hear that's bad is the O-line, man. How are we going to fix that?
100%.
We got to develop that. We got to go out and trade for something. We got to fix that, man, because that's a problem.
Yeah.
And the last thing, fellas, hey, it's opening day for Friday Night Lights, man.
That's right. High school football. High school football's popping off. That's right.
Yes.
Sacred Heart Cathedral, I believe.
Game tonight.
Yeah, Sacred Heart Cathedral, I believe, is playing Sacred Heart Prep at Kezar Stadium.
Nice.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Antoine Evans, his first game as head coach.
Yeah.
First game as head coach up there at Sacred Heart Cathedral.
State champion, Sacred Heart Cathedral.
State champions. Pat's now the offensive coordinator. My barber.
Nice.
Fidel's still up there.
So he's cutting hairs and dreaming of...
he's giving up plays.
I like that. I'm feeling that.
DC Shanahan.
Nice.
Guy's cutting hair with the Sacred Heart polo on.
Nice.
And the coach's hat.
Nice.
He means business.
What's up with me getting a little bit of swag?
Well, I don't have any swag either.
Okay. Well,
when I get swag, you'll get some swag.
You know, there is an area that Trey's going to absolutely have to be working on, and this is, I think, this thing that Jimmy Garoppolo is the most accurate passer is actually hilarious to me because we look at completion percentage, but then we don't look at
ball placement.
Well, and also where those throws were on the field,
right?
You know, and so you're going to see during the regular season, there'll be a lot of easier throws for Trey Lance by design of the offense. During the preseason, you don't get those predictable throws, the little short slants, the power slants, the smoke screens, just the easy little simple things that he's going to do for a quarterback to increase that completion percentage, and then also put his playmakers in a position to get yards after the catch. But when I look at what he really needs to work on, I'm talking about Trey Lance, just through the 5 series that we've had thus far, there are going to be times where we're going to be pulling our hair out, run. Right. And I think he is married to showing that he's a pocket quarterback. Right. And there are going to be times. Case in point yesterday, he rolled out left, and I was thinking, you know what? If they're giving you that much room to run,
take off.
Just take it,
Take
young
off and
man.
slide. But he probably didn't run because it's a preseason game.
Well, you know what? That's fine.
And maybe Shanahan's in his ears like, hey, I'm going to play it safe. I don't want you to show your legs off like that. Just take a knee. Take a knee or try to get it downfield, but just avoid contact and avoid putting yourself in harm's way.
Well, that is going to absolutely be one of the. I'm going to probably want him to run more than he's going to want to run, which is a good thing. That's a good thing for his long-term longevity. The other thing is throwing guys open on the little seam routes, the drag routes. You're going to have to lead guys a little better. That's the one area that I think Jimmy is very more proficient than where Trey is right now. It's that, let me lead you over the middle on that slant where it's more of a touch, not the dart slant. Right. I'm talking about the little, there was the angle route yesterday with Trey Sermon. Maybe if he leads it in front of him a step or two, maybe Trey gets that first down. Maybe Jerry Hughes catches him by the ankles. But that's one area Jimmy does do a good job of kind of leading guys. He did that with Jeff Wilson touchdown pass.
Jeff Wilson Jr. angle route against Arizona.
Yeah. He threw it out in front, let his running back make a play. That's an area he's going to need to work on.
He's got to work on that. There's no doubt about that. So, after that game, are the expectations reset for Trey Lance? What were the expectations for Trey Lance going into the season?
Well, the expectations by most Niner fans were, I better see Joe Montana meets Patrick Mahomes, meets Josh Allen,
away,
or I will be unsatisfied.
Right away.
But it's the 49er quarterback position. Who did we have on yesterday that literally said the same thing I said? Jason Aponte, who's a big Yankee fan, right? Yeah. But he's covering the Niners, and he said, it's the 49er quarterback position. We're insane. And I've been saying, and I know, B, you kick back at me. Well, it's not that big. No, it is that big.
No, it's huge.
Laker best player, Yankee best player, 49er quarterback. We're talking about 8 or 9 spots in the history of sports that just feel elevated, and we're in the bubble, so we feel a little delusional.
Right. Because Dallas fans are saying the same thing.
Bonte,
Miami fans.
We did this with Jimmy G.
We did.
We did this with Alex Smith.
No doubt. We did it with
Kaepernick. We did this with Steve Young and Jeff Garcia. And guess what? We're doing it with Trey Lance.
No, there's no doubt.
And you know what? I'm here for it. The kid needs to be baptized by the fire of the breathing hot Niner fan who's going to scrutinize every single drop back.
Are Niner fans going to be able to be patient, though?
No.
Are they going to be able to be? And that's a problem.
No.
Patient.
We want to win the Super Bowl.
That's the expectation for this season?
It's the expectation every year.
What's your realistic expectation?
Get into the playoffs.
Get into the playoffs?
I've been telling you that. Anything less than the playoffs is almost unacceptable.
Yeah.
And I don't care how bad the O-line looks. Kyle, I'm paying you $12, $15 million a year.
Yeah.
Scheme it up, bud.
Yeah.
I'm not ripping him. I'm telling him, he is so good offensively as a chess master. I want to see him minimize the woes of the offensive line, build this thing up. Look, in 2019, I had the same questions about the O-line. The exact same questions. And they found a way to patchwork it and get to the Super Bowl.
Hell, they won a game against the LA Rams in week 4 that season with 2 rookie tackles. 2 rookie tackles. 2 rookie tackles. Remember that?
Yes.
Against the LA Rams, and they were down 7-0. They figured it out, so Shanahan should be able to scheme some things up. Short yardage situation is one thing I'm looking at here.
Oh, that is a big problem right now.
Especially with the young quarterback.
I do not
Trey
disagree.
Lance. Short yardage situations for him and his team. That's another area of concern that I have. And there's a lot of positives. I don't want to say everything's concerned, but defense is a positive. Pass rush is a positive. D-line's a positive. The way they hit is a positive. Having Debo, Ayuk, and Kittle healthy is a positive. The backfield and this offensive line are the one areas. And that offensive line, when it comes to short yardage situations, pass blocking, that's the biggest concern. And that can derail the quarterback into thriving and getting better and better and better as the season goes along.
The one area for Trey Lance that we keep hearing, Kaepernick. People need to take a deep breath. Kaepernick never learned to throw a touch pass. We're already seeing Trey on that ball to Debo. He actually threw enough air underneath it. Aaron Rodgers does this all the time.
Right.
You can hit that guy in stride the way he did with Danny Gray, which that's what you want. But if you're not, I would much rather have you almost throw it slightly underthrown because that wide receiver is going to stop and go through the ball and get that pass interference call. If that's the regular season, 9 out of 10 times, that's a pass interference on that Debo throw. I thought it was a perfectly thrown ball.
I thought it was a perfectly thrown ball on a poorly run route. I thought the route was poor.
Well, Debo's not a guy who's going to burn guys off the line.
But I didn't like the route. I didn't like his get off. I didn't like his get off. I didn't like his separation. I didn't like anything about the route.
But that's not his strength.
And I know that's not his strength, but I'm hearing that they've been doing that all preseason or all training camp, and they haven't hit that pass yet. Throw it out the playbook. Debo's a slant guy, a drag route guy.
But they're not going to show that in the preseason.
Yeah, I know they're not going to show that in the preseason, but the touch pass there, it was nice. I don't think Trey, and Tyler said it better. Tyler said it the best. He hasn't turned the ball over in the preseason.
Well, that's the number one thing.
Biggest thing. We got annoyed with Jimmy Garoppolo because we knew the Jimmy INT was coming.
Well,
we knew it was coming. And what did I always say about Jimmy?
Interceptable passes that weren't intercepted.
It was the Jimmy O-No throw.
Absolutely.
You were going to get 3 to 5 Jimmy O-No throws a game. And could you weather that storm? For the most part, the Niners did. 31-14 when he started at quarterback for the 49ers. I'm not saying they won all 31 games because of Jimmy, but they were 31-14 with Jimmy Garoppolo. And that's what's looming large here. But he did throw a lot of interceptable passes. Trey Lance has done a good job of not doing that. Let us see how that translates into the regular season. 888-957-9570. How concerned are people really about Trey Lance?
Wasn't it nice to see the boot action, though?
We're going to see a lot of
the stretch boot.
I almost thought they showed too much of it.
Why is that? I
don't want anybody to see that.
But I think they did it on purpose to get the stretch run game going.
Right. Yeah, I didn't want to show anything.
Because it keeps that backside from honoring.
Again, I didn't want to see him play. I just wanted to unleash Trey Lance week 1 in Chicago at Soldier Field against the Bears. That's all I wanted to see.
Did anything you saw last night make you reconsider what they should do with Jimmy Garoppolo?
Well, I told you. I'd be open to him being a backup on his team.
At $24 million, $25 million a year?
It is what it is now.
Yeah.
It is what it is now. They're going to have to pay him something.
What? If he's on the roster week 1, isn't that where they owe him for the whole year?
Guaranteed. It's tough to have a $24 million backup.
I would struggle to cut that check.
It's a struggle, but I don't have to cut that check. Jed York does.
Yeah.
And Jed York, the owner of the football team, already said, I'm open to having Jimmy here for the next 2 years. What did he say? He said it a couple weeks ago. TK podcast, Tim Kawakabe. Jimmy, I would love to have Jimmy on this roster. So after watching Suffield and Purdy, because everybody's going crazy about the backup call, man, Suffield throws a great ball. Oh my God, Brock Purdy is the greatest thing since sliced bread. No, they stink. And if Trey Lance gets hurt and they have to quarterback this football team, it's going to be a disaster. So with Jimmy Garoppolo,
if Trey gets hurt,
open to it.
Can we agree if Trey gets hurt, it's gonna be a disaster for the most part, unless Jimmy's your backup.
Yes, and I'd be open to that. I'm open to that. You wouldn't be open to that?
I would. I would, but you could see it already. Like Trey didn't even throw an interception, and Niner fans that are Jimmy fans are screaming to the high heavens that Jimmy is the superior player and needs to play right away. Now, do we listen to the fans at every turn? No, but at some level, it does seep into the locker room. Yeah. And if you think that the fans are thinking it, maybe some of the players are thinking it. Now, are they professionals and can they be discerning with how they voice their opinion or whatever? For sure. But they're also human.
Yeah.
No and doubt. People that like certain guys, and we've seen this over the years. Randy Cross said it. Steve, I told you, I love you. Joe's the better player.
Joe's better.
He said that to him.
What's this gangster? Comcast Business Text Line 925. I think fans will all be missing Jimmy by midseason. They didn't realize how he had a part in the Niners turning things around from the 2017 season. Stats don't lie. And I told you. The Jimmy stuff's not going anywhere.
Well, and this is
we all have Jimmy fatigue, but when the broadcast keeps talking about it,
you're right,
and the papers keep talking about it, well, guess what? We got to kind of mention it. The Jimmy stuff's going nowhere. And if Trey struggles, the easiest it happened with Kaepernick. Oh, Alex Smith would have won that game. Oh, Alex Smith would have won that Super Bowl. Alex Smith would have won that game.
We gave Alex 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, Alex Smith was mediocre at
Mr.
best.
1 for 15 in the NFC Championship
1 for 13 on third down in the NFC Championship game at home.
Targeting Brett Swain.
Right. Not targeting Michael Crabtree. All right? So don't get me started with that. But the minute Trey struggles, and he struggled yesterday, even though he was 7 for 11, and look at what's happening, Shasky. Jimmy Garoppolo fans are back in full effect.
But we did this with Jimmy and Nick Mullins.
Well, not to this extent.
You think it's even worse?
Oh, this is going to be insufferable. Buckle up, buddy. Buckle up. That's all I got to say about that.
Does a part of you wish they would have made some sort of conclusion on Jimmy Garoppolo before the preseason even started?
Oh, my gosh. I wish he was gone in April.
Well,
I wish he was gone.
But don't you think even if he was still gone, we would have, after all the things were the same. Trey played exactly the way he did last night, but Jimmy was moved in April. Don't you think we would still have a very similar rhetoric from the majority of people?
You're probably right.
Out on Trey. Like
You're probably right.
No one's opinion, I feel like, is going to move off of this for quite some time.
It just feels like it's a lot more intense because he's still technically on the roster. And he's not on the difference.
I know.
So it feels like we haven't had that summer off season to like get away from Jimmy and just be all in on Jimmy. Like when I was in Europe, Shasky, I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to get back. And Jimmy's going to still be on the roster. I never thought that would be possible. I didn't think it would happen.
I know. And then the part that stinks is that the people at home are constantly reminded of Jimmy because the broadcast keeps talking about it.
Yeah, I know. All day. Kirk Herbstreit. Oh, my gosh. All right, Lance.
Well, and Al Michaels.
Yeah,
I'm so sick of Al Michaels.
It's time for the injury report. It really hurt. Brought to you by Boxer & Gerson, Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm, helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years.
Well, we've kind of talked about it here, and it's a major concern. It's Shasky's number one concern, and I'm pretty concerned about this injury as well. Jimmy Ward will start the season on a short-term IR. Niners GM John Lynch announced that Ward will start the season on his short-term IR, meaning he will miss at least 4 games of the season, the first 4 games of the season, in which they play the Bears, the Seahawks, the Broncos, and the LA Rams. It's a big loss for the 49ers. Lynch made the announcement on Thursday Night Football's pregame show. Didn't mention the Jin Lee Chan. After the move, he is not 100% certain. If the move is indeed made, Ward will be eligible to come off the IR for the 49ers' October 9th date against the Carolina Panthers. They need Jimmy Ward. They need him bad.
This is a big one.
Big injury.
Big one.
Injury report brought to you by Boxer & Gerson, Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm, helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years. What's coming up on the game? Sponsored by Fremont Bank. Full service banking, no compromises. Your phone calls, 888-957-9570. Are you satisfied or concerned about Trey Lance and the 49ers?
What are Jerry Rice's expectations for Trey Lance and the Niners?
They have that Ferrari. I had the opportunity to talk to this kid. You know, he's just very intelligent, and we talked about that it factor. You hear me talk about that all the time, you know, making players better, you know, around him, and I think he has that.
Find out Monday at 8:30 with the Morning Roast. I want to go back to the playoffs! On 95.7 The Game.
T-Mobile believes customers deserve to get more without paying more. Everything from entertainment benefits like Netflix on Us to travel benefits to Scam Shield protection, all with taxes and fees included. So the price you see is the price you pay. When you're a T-Mobile customer, you get over $225 in value every month in benefits with our Max family plan.
That's like paying for nosebleed seats and getting to sit in the front row.
That's right. At T-Mobile, your family gets over $225 worth of value and benefits with our Max plan each and every month. Plus, with our Price Lock Guarantee, we won't raise your rate plan price for talk, text, and data ever.
That's like paying for a cab and getting a stretch limo.
At T-Mobile, you get value beyond the expected.
Qualifying service required. Value based on included monthly benefits. Sales tax and regulatory fees included in Max's monthly price. Price Lock guarantees rate price of talk, text, and data for new accounts with qualifying service. Exclusions apply. See details at T-Mobile.com.
One 877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids.
KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title? No problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Okay, you know those amazing spots only the true San Francisco locals are in on? Like Square Place. That place with the square pizzas? Or Mama Hoo Hoo? The spot for sweet and sour chicken that's anything but so-so. Order up! You know, with the Granch dressing. And all the other spots the real SF locals know without us even saying them. Yeah, they're on DoorDash. San Francisco gets it. DoorDash has it.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, agile, staying ahead of the market at every turn, and finding ways to do more with less. That's never been more important than it is right now. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing Small Business Savings, a deal for companies across the country. When you call in now, you can get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months. $39 a month, with no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses, with the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call and get started today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Offer ends 9/21/22. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details. After promo, regular rates apply.
O'Reilly. When was the last time you changed your spark plugs? Replacing your spark plugs can restore the efficiency and performance of your vehicle. Stop by and get a $12 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after mail-in rebate when you purchase 4 or more select Iridium spark plugs. Get better performance with new spark plugs from your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Synanon was the world's first drug rehab. People called it the miracle on the beach. But soon, people were calling it something else. They were saying it was a violent cult. Listen to The Sunshine Place, a creation and presentation of C13 Originals, a Cadence 13 studio. Executive produced with Susan Downey and Robert Downey Jr. Available for free on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Staples has everything for school at great prices. So this year you won't go back to school. You'll be ready to move forward into art class.
A 4-foot replica of the Statue of Liberty using elbow macaroni?
With glue and art supplies from Staples.
By tomorrow.
Right now at Staples, 1-inch binders are only $1.99 each. Plus select backpacks are 50% off. Everything on your list at amazing prices. Staples, this year we're not going back. We're going forward to school. In-store only, ends 8/27, limit 30 on binders. Staples has everything for school at great prices. So this year you won't go back to school. You'll be ready to move forward and master 5th grade math.
I can't do this. It's impossible.
Not you, Dad, your daughter. Staples will help her move forward.
Right.
Right now, Staples comp books and number 2 pencils are just 50 cents each. Plus, 2 pocket paper folders are only 25 cents each. Everything on your list at amazing prices. Staples, we're not going back. We're going forward to school. Ends 8/27, in-store only, limit 30.
Whew, this feels good.
Why does he feel good? Because he has all the hot water he needs. Now you can catch the feels with a Navien tankless hot water heater. Imagine all the hot water you want for as long as you need. No wasting money and energy. No more cutting that shower short. Just hot water all the time, every time. So feel good. Woo! So good. With a Navien tankless hot water heater. Visit tanklessmadesimple.com to learn more.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMC-FM at HD1 San Francisco. Always live on the free Odyssey app. It's time to wake up with a nice cup of morning roast.
Oh, yeah.
featuring Bonte Hill and Joe Shasky.
Hey, well, I'm about that action, boss.
Take him out! This is the Morning Roast on 95.7 The Game.
And the Texans get their shutouts, and the 49ers put it into the end zone, and they can't because it's juggled by Willie Snead. Normally a pretty sure-handed receiver through the years. We watched him for a number of seasons. 8, in fact, could not hold it in.
Al Michaels on the call, Amazon Prime, and I'm a little distracted right now because I didn't realize yesterday was Albert Bell's 56th birthday. In this video that they have.
Albert Joey Bell?
Albert Joey Bell. He's with the Orioles, and he got hit by a pitch, and he's talking to the ump.
Is that with the future jerseys on?
Yes, with the future jerseys. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, no, the umpire, as soon as he got hit, the umpire right away was like, we know what we're dealing with here. We don't need this guy charging the ball.
Well, there's the Fernando Vina thing with Albert Bell. There's the corked bat thing. There's him going back into the dugout to get the clubhouse to get the corked bat. I'll tell you this. We have forgotten it. Him and Gary Sheffield are two players that I think are criminally disrespected.
Oh, no doubt.
In terms of our memory of who they were when they played. We have forgotten how great they were.
Sheffield was an all-time great.
I mean, they
should be in the Hall of Fame.
Albert Bell, complete lunatic.
Yeah.
Great baseball player.
Good baseball player. Was on some damn good teams, too.
Scared the bejesus out of me when he was in the batter's box.
But you know what? He would hit 50 bombs like it was nothing.
All day.
Gary Sheffield with that bat wiggle.
Oh, come on.
That waggle. Come on. How is he not in the Hall of Fame? Fred McGriff not in the Hall of Fame. Forget baseball.
Sheffield, 600-plus home runs?
Nobody even brings him up in the Hall of Fame.
Come on, man. Well, at Crime Dog, I think 499.
493 or something like that.
Some crazy, right below 500. Crime Dog was the reason the Giants didn't get into the playoffs in 93.
The reason. He's so good. So good. Anyway, Trey Lance, how'd you feel about him? Are you satisfied? Are you concerned? 888-957-9570. Oh, baby. Didn't get one of those this morning because I was running hot on Brock Purdy, and I was running hot on Kyle Madsen.
Why?
Kyle Madsen sounded good yesterday. He actually.
What was he doing?
He was doing great. That's what he was doing.
But explain to the audience that maybe doesn't know.
Oh, no. Kyle Madsen was doing great. He's pumping out great content.
Because he was doing the
Overtime show with Alan Stiles.
You got to promote.
I know. I forgot. Overtime. I'm selfishly, I don't want to give him the Overtime name. That was our baby. But it's good to see that it's been passed along to two young hyenas who are doing the damn thing. Kyle Madsen came on fire last night. I had the AirPods in bed. Yeah. It's like, damn, Madsen. This guy's charged up for a preseason game. We rubbed off on him a little bit. Pause. Good morning, everybody out there getting
Girls,
off of.
Pause. Dog pound.
That was a sick song. Boom. Corrupt.
Come on,
man. The streets is a mother.
Yes.
Come on, man. It was a great album. We are off the rails right now. Good morning, everybody out there getting off their graveyard shifts. If you're at work, getting off of work, whatever. Good morning to you. It's a Friday. Good morning, everybody on YouTube, Twitch. Subscribe to us on YouTube and Twitch. And do not forget, on Monday, the GOAT, Jerry Rice.
Lift it up just a little. Right there.
There it is, right there.
Yeah.
He's joining us 8:30 a.m.
Promote once per hour. Jerry Rice, Monday, 8:30.
Well, I'm going to probably have to promote twice this hour because we didn't do it last hour. Sorry, Sam Lubman. He's probably getting ripped by Mike Nahegan. But Jerry Rice will join us Monday, 8:30, the GOAT. We'll talk about the 49ers and Trey Lance. Langford, get in there.
That's the computer camera. The actual camera that's pointing at you is more on the ceiling up there. So you got to.
So I got to do that right there.
No, the other one straight ahead of you. There you go. The other one up there. Yeah.
For the people listening in their car, Bonte's holding up a piece of paper and he's pointing it at our YouTube cameras. If you want to subscribe to YouTube, or let's say you're at home like Bonte was yesterday. How are you listening to the post game show on 95.7 The Game?
On the Odyssey app.
Oh, how do I spell that?
Download it. AUDACY.
I love how you had to think think how you spell it.
I did it for dramatic effect. That's
you know what? We're going to do
We're actors, Shasky. We're on YouTube and Twitch now. Yes. We're actors. So this is performance art.
Well, I'm not an actor. I'm the real me. But one thing that I do want to do is I want to get back into Trey Lance. And there are other 49ers that are playing really well right now. Yep. Drake Jackson looks like a nice draft pick. I really like where Womack's at right now. But it does feel like this entire season will be under the white hot light, the microscope of the quarterback. And we were joking about it. Number 5, number 10, it doesn't matter who it is. Trey Lance could go for 350 yards, complete all 20 passes. And you know what people say? Yeah, they could have got 2 extra yards had he not underthrown Kittle a little. If he places it between the numbers, Debo goes to the house, and he would have had 403 yards.
You are so right, because you just took me back to a post-game show we did at the Hilton Hotel down in Santa Clara, or Madison and Styles would be. They played the Green Bay Packers in the regular season in 2019. I'll never forget this call, ever. I forget the name of the call, but there's a guy from Oakland.
Okay.
And they won that game 37-8.
Yeah, Kittle had a monster game.
I need to shout out somebody. I forget their names.
I was thinking the same thing.
Listen. They lit up the Packers, and a guy called in and said, if Jimmy would have hit that Kittle play down the seam route, they would have been up 20-0 instead of 7. Like something ridiculous. I'm like, dog, they won 37-8. The starters are out of the game on the fourth quarter. So you're so right about that. It does not matter. This fan base is insane, and I'm part of it. I'm insane, too.
Do people know? We're going to get back into last night's game. Joe Montana's known for what thing? What's the most, what did you say, the singular moment he's remembered for?
I mean, that's tough. Maybe the catch, Dwight Clark, which is early.
Let's start with the catch. How many turnovers did he have in that game?
He threw 3 picks.
Does anyone ever bring up any of those?
Absolutely not.
He hit the tight end on a play for a touchdown where the tight end sliding behind because Joe threw so far behind him. No one ever remembers that.
No. What about the Bengals game?
If the catch happened today in the NFC Championship game and Trey was the one who threw it, you know what everyone will say? He threw that so high. He had to hit him in the numbers. What kind of throw was that? What kind of throw was that?
So you brought up the Jeff Wilson Jr. angle route where Jimmy hit him on the Arizona game.
Wrong?
16-0 that game. They were down 16-0. They come back and win that game. Jimmy throws for over 400. I'll never forget doing a show with Steiny and Goo the day after. Goo's like, well, the streets did say he kind of threw it behind Jeff Wilson Jr. The placement wasn't there. He was seeing 0 blitz. The Cardinals blitzed everybody. He got it there. They were nitpicking the ball placement.
If he had the catch, if they went to the Super Bowl this year and the same exact thing happened, Dwight Clark instead is, let's just say, George Kittle, okay, or Deebo Samuel, or Ayuk. One of them catches that same exact pass, that same exact ball. You know what we'd say? Well, he wouldn't have had to throw to him had he hit Brandon Ayuk on the first read. And because he didn't hit him on the first read, he had to scramble out. Then he threw high, and it was just a better catch by Deebo.
Especially with everybody having access to all 22.
It would be
we have no idea
a nightmare.
Dude, we have no idea who the primary receivers are, right? And yet the all 22s... Well, he could have hit him then, but he wasn't looking. Well, how do we know?
Fonte. And it's why I love this fan base. I do. And I'm a part of it.
I know. We're all insane. We're all insane.
It's called the catch, not the throw. That's what someone's texting in right now from the 510.
You know who else is
insane? The catch, not the
throw. You know who else is insane? And we absolutely love her. She jumps into conversations on Twitter. I'm like, damn, there's Lori in Phoenix. Well, Lori in Phoenix, this is when you know it's football season.
Lori.
She calls in. No more Twitter. She's calling. Lori, good morning. Long time no talk. How you doing?
Oh, good morning, guys. It's nice to see Trey Lance has not taken his first snap yet, and we're already completely off the rails.
Yes, Lori.
The O-line did look a lot worse than expected.
Horrible.
I will say that. That is concerning. But I will take you guys back to, if you guys remember the first game in 2019 when we played Tampa Bay, our offense couldn't get anything going. And if you also remember, we didn't at that time know who, like the wide receivers, the morning show would play wide receiver roulette.
Yeah.
Because nobody knew. There was no stability there.
Richie James caught the first touchdown that game.
Yeah, and the defense came up with 2 pick sixes, and they won that game. So let's just remember that things get better as you go along, generally. There's always going to, but this season is definitely going to be, we thought last season was a roller coaster. I think this season's going to be a bigger roller coaster than last season. So people just need to buckle up and calm down because, there's going to be good and there's going to be bad. But, your defense is phenomenal, and they weren't out there last night.
No.
So, your first 2 games, you got the Bears, you got the Seahawks. You got Pete Carroll out there taking snaps as quarterback because his quarterback situation's so bad, he's feeling pretty good about himself.
Yes.
So I'm not too worried about those first 2 games. Obviously, if we lose one, then my tone will change. But you got 2 weeks there more, besides the 17 days you got before the season starts. You still got 2 more weeks there that are going to be perfect games to get Trey in there and get him started and get him going, get him rolling. I do think they may want to make some calls, maybe look into some other veteran linemen that might be available. I think they're probably going to do that. And I think, again, Jimmy, yes, he's still on the roster, but I think we just need to calm down. We already know he's not going to be there.
No doubt.
It's going to be okay. I think Trey and Kozumor needs to stay off of Twitter because he's going to drive me crazy this year with all his, every time Trey throws a pass, he's
told you
guys so.
Hey, Lori, Uncle Coles, great call, Lori. Way to set the tone in the 8 o'clock hour. We know Uncle Coles is off that whiskey out there in Tennessee.
Explain to the people that aren't on Twitter, because I missed all of this. It was so refreshing to watch the game, go play softball, turn off the phone, not look at Twitter, and then I get on to Twitter, I'm like, oh my God, everyone watched a different game than me.
So I didn't know what was going on. And I got a text or a DM from my buddy Danny Kerr. Shout out to Danny Kerr out there at NBC Sports Bay Area. I didn't know. So Danny Kerr, a quick story about him. We've been tweeting with each other for like 5 years. And so my first year in NBC Sports Bay Area doing the Warriors pre- and post-game coverage, I had no idea who he was. And then year 2, I'm like, hey, are you Danny Kerr? He's like, yeah. I was like, all that times you walk by me, we tweet each other every freaking day. So anyway, we got to know each other, blah, blah, blah. So he DM'd me yesterday.
Love the useless information.
Very useless. It's my specialty. Danny Kerr DMs me and goes, Coles? Question mark? I'm going, oh no, what is Coles doing? Please don't get into politics, Coles. Like, don't go down that road on Twitter. What are you doing, Coles? He just retired. Just relax. And he's going at you and I on Twitter and just tweeting us from, let me start here.
How many total tweets?
About 7 tweets.
But I think this is indicative, or this is metaphoric to the Niner fan base as a whole.
So,
all right, so a little running and a little throwing.
Here's Coles 14 hours ago. Time to find out if the 49ers are going to scheme their preseason offense like it's week 17. Put your boy at 415, Bonte. Why are the 49ers trying so hard to make Trey look good in the preseason? Next tweet. Oh boy, not a good start for our 49ers. Missing open receivers. Then a word penalty saves them. Really not encouraging, Butcher Boy and Bonte Hill. Next tweet. Did you guys keep your Jimmy G jerseys? You may need them by week 3.
The guy is drunk.
Hashtag 49ers faithful. At Bonte Hill and at Butcher Boy. Then, here's another one. 14 hours. He was on the roll. Quick prediction. Shetty will scheme the heck out of the rest of Trey Lance's time. They need to show they were right. Hashtag 49ers at Bonte Hill at Butcher Boy.
Wait, so
now, mind you,
the guy that they drafted number 3 overall, they have to prove he's good.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. Hell of a take, right?
Yeah.
Hell of a take. But he's getting no traction on his tweets.
Nashville, look out.
But people are noticing. They're like, man, Coles is going at you guys hard. I'm like, I had no idea because I guess we don't follow each other, which is weird. Anyway, Kozumor, ouch. Tough night for Terry Lance. He didn't say Trey Lance. He said Terry Lance. This is how you know he was
What
off
is
the
he, Bill
sauce.
Parcells?
Against one of the 3 worst teams in the NFL. But a great break that he opens against Justin Fields and the rebuilding Bears. Hashtag Bears. At Butcher Boy Bonte Hill. Which quarterback is less ready to be an NFL starter? Hashtag 49ers. Hashtag 49ers faithful. He did 2 hashtag 49er faithfuls. All right? Then he replies to Cam Edmond. Trey Lance, 3 series, 7 of 11, 49 yards, 1 sack, 1 scramble. Nate Sudfeld intercepted in his first series upon relieving Lance.
Are you doing a Magic Johnson timeline of Twitter, or is this Kozumor?
This is Kozumor. Coz replies, wow, it looked a lot like Terry Lance has only played a few games over the last 3 years, and they could not scheme him into success like they did in the first preseason game when the Packers were playing vanilla defense with some number 2s. Hashtag 49ers, hashtag 49ers faithful, hashtag 49ers faithful.
I'm sorry, sir. Tina Terry, a.k.a. Trey Lance, a.k.a. Terry Lance.
Oh, man. What is your first impression of Thursday Night Football on Amazon? Really solid start in the best preseason game broadcast I have watched this year. The game portion is really phenomenal. It's ready to go. Hashtag NFL, hashtag NFL on Prime Video. All right, and then, wow, can Trey even think about making that throw Purdy just made? At Butcher Boy, at Bonte Hill.
You cannot be serious.
And then you got Kyle Madsen. Is Brock Purdy a top NFL quarterback in this game right now? Just kind of trolling everybody. It calls us, hey, just using my 20 plus years of experience working with NFL vets to ask questions and provide insight. You? He is far more impressive than number 5. It's Jim Kozumor.
I don't think he's alone, though. I think there's a lot of people in the fan base that are irrationally losing their minds. I'm guilty of it all the time. So it takes one to know one. But at some level, can we all just take a deep breath? Let's start with things we know.
This is unbelievable.
Let's start with things we know. Is Kyle Shanahan a good coach? Do we know that, Bonte?
I got last one. He is a good coach.
Okay.
Jim Cosmore, this is the best South Bay Purdy since Mark. Does anyone even recognize that reference? Sorry, Coles. Oh, wait. Last one, 13 hours ago.
Better be good.
Wow. Nate Sudfeld threw a better ball than Trey. But your boy Bonte Hill, should he be considered for a starting role?
The guy is drunk.
Let's start with what we know. Is Kyle Shanahan a good coach?
Yes, he is.
Okay. Do they have great playmakers? Not good, great.
Great playmakers.
Okay.
Deebo Samuel and George Kittle. IU can be great.
Okay. No matter who the O-line is, no matter where the setting was, no matter what city he played in, has Kyle Shanahan consistently found a way to make his offenses be efficient via the run game?
Yeah. No doubt.
No matter where.
No doubt.
Cleveland, Houston, Washington, Atlanta, San Francisco, everywhere he goes. Okay?
Yep.
In year one, have almost every one of his quarterbacks seen a bump up in efficiency?
Mm-hmm.
As worried as we can feel.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you know all those things we know, I'm not saying that they can't have a down year. I'm not saying things can't go a little astray here. Why are we losing our minds? Everyone take a deep breath. Kyle Shanahan has led us to water more times than he's let us die on the vine. Trust in Kyle. If you have faith in Kyle Shanahan, he's the architect of the team. He's the architect of the offense.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy that's created this thing essentially from scratch. He's the guy that's worked with all the quarterbacks every single day. And I get it. They're not, you can find criticisms. They're not perfect.
Right.
But at the end of the day, he hand chose Trey Lance. He's the one who's saying, I don't want Jimmy Garoppolo at practice. We want to cut this guy.
Right.
He's the guy, not Joe Shasky, not Bonte Hill.
No.
Your coach who led you to 2 NFC championship games.
Who you guys hailed as the next Bill Walsh.
I mean, come on. I'm not saying that Trey's going to be a straight line to success. I'm saying, can we just be a little more controlled with our emotions?
Not only that. Like, you're spot on there. Because it's the same segment of the fan base, the same people ripping Trey are the same people who was ripping Garoppolo. And gave Shanahan, when he gets a quarterback who can stretch the field, oh my God, watch this offense. Well, you finally have a quarterback who can stretch the field. We do know that about Trey Lance.
Yeah.
He'll let that baby fly.
But they also have to protect to be able to
protect him.
To get to that 5th and 7th step drop.
You have to protect him. So we are losing our minds a little bit here. Let's go to Robert in San Jose. Robert, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Thanks for taking my call, guys. Just listening to some of these 49er fans, your offensive line is your problem right now. Your middle of the offensive line is just pathetic. The Banks is pathetic. This rookie I keep hearing about, 74, got his butt kicked.
He did.
And McGlinchey is not worth 2 cents. Outside of Williams, the 49ers in the same boat. Seems like maybe the Raiders are in. That's my team, where we have 1 good offensive lineman and 4, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, question marks.
But Trey Lance is the least of your problems.
Thank you.
Get that line fixed.
I totally agree. That's such a great assessment. Right now, they've got 4 question marks. Is McGlinchey going to be healthy? If he's in there, I think he's a solid player. You could say C+, B- type of a player. That's a good.
It's an upgrade.
Exactly.
It's an upgrade. He's in a contract here.
Agreed.
So McGlinchey knows there's a lot on the line based on his performance.
And
a lot of money on the table.
He may not be the greatest pass blocker. He's a good run blocker. He's a really good. And obviously Trent Williams is an A. The other 3 guys in the middle are massive question marks. Mm-hmm. They could be C's. They could be F's. You know, they could be unplayable. Like Bonte, I don't know what the middle of. They could be B minuses. Let's see what the scheme is. Let's see if these guys win their individual battles. Let's see if they can build some cohesion and actually, stay in front of the guys they're supposed to stay in front of and get the calls right.
Let me throw this at you. Jake Brindle, right? Center, replacing Alex Mack. A lot of pressure on him. Center position's been a weakness for the 49ers under Kyle Shanahan. Weston Richburg did not work out. Did not work out. A bad contract.
When he was here, he was healthy. He wasn't healthy enough.
He wasn't healthy enough. It wasn't good. But Jake Brindle so far in 22 pass blocking snaps, no pressures allowed so far in the preseason. That mean anything to you?
I guess. I don't know. When you watch him, he looks so overwhelmed and small. And I'm not saying that I'm understand offensive line play at a sophisticated level like a Baldy or one of these expert breakdowns. He just looks really small to me at practice, and he looks like he's overwhelmed. Alex Mack was so top-heavy and so good. They got such great production out of him as the season went on last year specifically. I think they're going to take a step back there.
No doubt.
I'm really worried.
I am really worried about him. The interior offensive line, man. This is, man, oh, man.
And don't you
the entire season.
Don't you feel like we're going to look at their running back spot and say, man, you invested multiple middle round picks in the draft at running back when you have found late running backs, whether it's Mostert, Breida, whomever, who can contribute, Elijah Mitchell, late running backs, and you invested a middle round pick when you didn't have a first round pick back-to-back years in an offensive line.
You didn't know if Mack was coming back, and he had you in limbo because we're like, is he going to come back?
That's
is he not going to come back?
O-line was in need, and you took running back.
I would call Alex Mack today and be like, hey, you sure you want to stay away?
Which I'm okay when you miss and you find somebody else, but when you don't swing on a position and then you don't find a guy late, then you have a hole.
No doubt. Let's get Dr. Hustle in here before we hit the break. Other side. Sorry, my bad. Langford gave me get the break. Didn't realize it was 8:25. My bad. I'm not watching the clock. What's coming up in the game? Sponsored by Fremont Bank. Full service banking, no compromises. More of your phone calls. Dr. Hustle will get you on the other side to talk some 49er football here on The Roast.
The preseason is over.
Bills on a 3rd and 7. Under pressure, gets swamped by that 49er defensive line.
The regular season is right around the corner.
Tonight, we want bodies and victory. Blood is the only thing we're interested in. Yeah, we're fired up. Let's go kill Chicago. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Yeah, coach, we're ready.
On 95.7 The Game.
What's better than an award-winning education? A free award-winning education. Evergreen Valley College was named a 2021 Best College for an Associate's degree with the 4th most diverse faculty in the country. And with EVC alum earning more than any other California community college according to Newsweek and PayScale, you can take classes and transfer or fast-track your career. And now at Evergreen Valley College, tuition is free for fall 2022. Visit evc.edu for more information. Make connections that count with free tuition in the fall 2022 semester at evc.edu.
Now with Xfinity, you'll get unlimited internet with gig speed and supersonic Wi-Fi. With a 2-year internet rate guarantee, no annual contract required, and no equipment fees. Talk about knock your socks off. Ooh, plus a free Flex 4K streaming box. It's like hitting the streaming jackpot. It's all just $50 a month when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data. $50 a month. A price that's truly jaw-dropping.
Oh, literally.
The speed you need at a price you want. Value that's simply bananas. That's the new Xfinity Supersonic Bundle. It's kind of a big deal. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store to learn more.
Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New gigabit internet customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
Everything, our farm, our stand, our pop-up shop, it really all started when we discovered the benefits of local, raw honey for our family.
And then we decided to turn it into a business.
We were looking for something to help us get up and running.
So we got the Chase Business Complete Banking Account.
It's more than a bank account. It comes with Quick Accept, which lets us take card payments anytime, anywhere in the U.S. using the Chase mobile app. Plus, we get same-day deposits at no extra cost. For us, it's more than honey. It's about sharing a little sweetness with the world.
Get the Chase Business Complete Banking Account with the essentials you need to help get your business going. Learn more at chase.com/business-complete-banking. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Quick Accept is not available in U.S. territories. Enrollment required. Usage subject to approval. Same-day deposits available for payments before 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday to Friday. Fees and rates apply for checking and processing. Limitations and restrictions apply. Participants compensated. Merchant services provided by Payment Tech LLC and WePay Inc., subsidiaries of J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
T-Mobile believes customers deserve to get more without paying more. Everything from entertainment benefits like Netflix on Us to travel benefits to Scam Shield protection, all with taxes and fees included. So the price you see is the price you pay. When you're a T-Mobile customer, you get over $225 in value every month in benefits with our Max Family Plan.
That's like paying for nosebleed seats and getting to sit in the front row.
That's right. At T-Mobile, your family gets over $225 worth of value and benefits with our Max Plan each and every month. Plus, with our Price Lock Guarantee, we won't raise your rate plan price for talk, text, and data ever.
That's like paying for a cab and getting a stretch limo.
At T-Mobile, you get value beyond the expected.
Qualifying service required. Value based on included monthly benefits. Sales tax and regulatory fees included in Max's monthly price. Price Lock guarantees rate price of talk, text, and data for new accounts with qualifying service. Exclusions apply. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Count on Lowe's for Labor Day savings to kick off your fall. Tidy up your yard with an Ego leaf blower starting at $199. These battery-powered blowers provide power and performance, clearing leaves and debris with ease. Plus, save $50 on a Charbroil Performance Series 4-burner gas grill, now $299. This Lowe's exclusive can fit up to 30 burgers. Shop Labor Day savings now at Lowe's. Grill offer valid through 9/7 while supplies last.
Now batting, Xfinity Internet. It's made to do anything, so you can do anything. Supercharge your home with incredibly fast and powerful supersonic Wi-Fi. With 3 times more bandwidth, it covers all the bases, and then some. And strike out billions of threats with advanced security that helps keep you safe at home and on the go. If you're keeping score, that's internet that does it all. That's unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Restrictions apply, not available in all areas.
Are you kidding me? Gas prices are up again? Somebody has to do something.
Well, someone did. That's why I use Upside.
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that pays you back real money for every gallon of gas or diesel you buy. I just earned 25 cents back on every gallon of this tank.
Hold on. So the Upside app is free and you actually get cash back every time you use it? No strings attached?
Yep, it's awesome. Check it out. It only takes a couple of minutes to sign up.
Instead of just watching your dollars go into your tank, start putting money back into your wallet with the free app from Upside. With the price of gas today, it's big news and big money. To cash out of your Upside cash, just transfer it to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card. Upside users have already earned over $200 million. Now it's your turn. Download the free Upside app and get cash back on every gallon of gas. Use promo code GOLF for an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. That's code GOLF. Use code GOLF for an extra 25 cents per gallon back in your first fill-up. Cashback's not available in gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
In Oakland, we're looking for partly cloudy and highs of 74.
Weather brought to you by One Thing. During summer, be sure to use dishwashers and stoves in the evening to minimize the effects of heat. Join Odyssey, and together, each of us doing one thing makes a greener tomorrow.
What's going on, Roasters? It's Brian Baldinger with the NFL Network, and you're listening to The Morning Roast with Bonte and Shasky on 95.7 The Game.
Baldy, Brian Baldinger, he'll be here with us next Tuesday, 7:30. Breaking down what he saw from Trey Lance and the 49ers last night in their preseason finale. Now it gets real, folks. It gets real. Week 1, Chicago Bears on 9/11. That's going to be a very emotional day for a lot of people here in America. Not everybody in America. That's going to be a lot of fun at Soldier Field. Week 1, Bears, Niners, Justin Fields, Trey Lance. Whoo! Cannot wait. We'll get to the calls in just a second, but do not forget, baseball's still going on. Giants just lost to the Tigers 6-1. They're now in Minnesota to take on the Twins. Saw a text on the Comcast Business text line. Hey, food for thought. The Giants will be looking for a left-handed catcher to platoon with Joey Bart batting under 205 to bat cleanup.
Stephen Voigt, come on down.
Joey Bart's still batting ninth. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But Garlic Fries and Baseball Guys, the Giants podcast for Giants fans. If you're looking for their newest podcast for all your Giants talk me, just subscribe to Garlic Fries and Baseball Guys podcast, hosted by Mark Willard and, of course, Joe Shasky the Butcher, diehard Giants fans who bring the heat on the biggest stories and issues facing the team. A Giants podcast done by Giants fans for Giants fans. New episodes drop Mondays and Thursdays on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. Also, do not forget Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice, the GOAT. He's joining us at 8:30. Huh, Langford? Jerry Rice on Monday on the Morning Roast, 8:30.
Still the wrong camera.
Here you go.
As you hold up a piece of paper and point at all the wrong cameras for the YouTube audience and for the radio audience.
If you did watch the film, don't knock us for watching film, Shasky.
Everybody wants to talk Trey Lance. Everybody wants to talk 49ers. Let's go to the phone lines.
Let's do it. You want to go San Jose or you want to go to the ATL?
ATL?
You want to go to the ATL? Magic City?
Is it T.I.?
It's Mr. Jones in the ATL. What's happening, Mr. Jones?
What's up, son? What's going on?
What's going on, baby?
I can tell you what's not going on. The Niners are not going to be going on. We're going to regress. I'm here in the A. We're going to end up being like the Falcons. We're going to be bad. You understand me? We're going to have this great defense. We've been on a great 5-year run. And you know how sometimes I think we're just spoiled right now. And I ain't even going to say we spoiled. I don't know where we're going with the team no more. We was like, I keep saying this, like I call in all the time. Like, do everybody remember where we were at before Jimmy got here? You know what I mean? Like, we was trash. Then Jimmy got in and whipped out 6 wins in a row. You know what I mean? Then, you know, like, even when, like, with Shanahan or whoever does the drafting of the quarterbacks, the Niners have not drafted a good quarterback in how long? Talk to me. Hello?
Kaepernick.
Good quarterback that we got. Kaepernick. Okay, cool. He did what? We sent them away, too. That had a whole other different issue. We ain't even going to go there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that was less than...
We handled another good quarterback.
They drafted him 10 years ago, and he went to the Super Bowl in his first season starting. You know, not a full season, but his first season starting, and then went to the NFC Championship game and lost in the greatest play in Seattle sports history.
And
in
not
the
only
NFC
that,
Championship game.
Yeah, and not only that, helped the Niners come back from 17-0 in an NFC Championship. Won a road playoff game in his first season as a quarterback of the 49ers. Not even first full season. Had to go in there to the Superdome to prove that he could be the starter, and the rest is history. So, look, man, again, we got the cue cards. We had the receipts.
CVS style? There's just like a long 12-foot receipt?
It's a longer list now because everybody wants to react from a Week 3 preseason game off of Trey Lance. My biggest concern is the offensive line. That can translate into the regular season.
Of course.
When Shanahan gets the full game plan in there and he's cooking up the game plan against the Chicago Bears, Trey Lance will look a lot better. We will see the full offense. It will be an explosion at Soldier Field.
We haven't seen Debo in the 3 games because he only played in like a portion of 2 of them. We haven't seen Debo do anything. Debo was the best player, arguably, in the NFC last year offensively.
I mean, Ucsf had a tremendous training camp. George Kittle, you forget he's an all-world tight end?
He was dominant in some games down the stretch last year.
It's okay. Save the receipts. If you want to freak out about Trey Lance off of that game last night, wait till he lights up the Bears. Wait until he lights up the Bears. That Monday, I will be I'm not going to speak for you, Shasky. I will be insufferable because I'll be doing the show live from Chicago. So, you know, I'm going to walk into that studio and talk that talk.
I want to be lovable.
You can be lovable. Some people are not going to want to listen to me. Dr. Hustle, San Jose, Dr. Hustle. What's happening, Dr. Hustle?
What's going on, fellas? Let me get started off by saying Bonte knows I am the bus driver of not a fan of Kyle Shanahan. And the reason I say that is this is my explanation. I love Jimmy Garoppolo, but I was tired of Jimmy Garoppolo. One, I was tired of his relationship with Kyle Shanahan. So I'm all in on Trey Lance being the quarterback. But I am extremely worried about Kyle Shanahan being the mentor for this kid. I'm extremely worried of the first time he has a bad game, Kyle Shanahan going to the press conference, and instead of having his back like he needs to for a young quarterback being, well, Trey's got to play better. Trey missed receivers. Instead of Kyle saying, hey, he did some good things, Trey's coming along, we're still working. Everything is how you word things and this kid's psyche. I'm excited to see because I want to turn the page. I want Trey Lance to be the quarterback, but I don't have faith in Kyle Shanahan being the coach for this kid. And I'll tell you what, that's okay because I've said it for years. In my neighborhood, when you can't perform, we always say one thing, he gone. And I think this is the most pivotal moment in Shanahan's 49er career, not the bad play calling in the Super Bowl. This will be the defining moment. And unfortunately, as much as I'm hoping to be wrong, and I'll be the guy who calls in, takes the egg on his face and says he was wrong, I think this is the moment that will end the Kyle Shanahan regime here in San Francisco, or San Francisco 49er coach.
Can I ask a question? On 2 preseason games for Trey Lance, we're already willing to declare that the Kyle Shanahan era is over? And the kid goes 11-16 and doesn't throw in any interceptions? Like, really? I'm asking sincerely. Like, really?
Well,
really?
wait till this call out in Virginia.
Like, that's the end of it?
Hey, it's Trey in Virginia.
Mark the tape. Today's the end of the Shanahan era. It's the beginning of the end.
It's not Trey Lance on the line. It's not Trey Sermon. It's just Trey in Virginia.
Okay. Hi, Trey.
He's got more thoughts on Shanahan and Trey Lance.
What's going on, gentlemen? Long time no hear. Here's the deal. I think people are freaking out for no reason.
Thank you.
Let me explain why. First of all, Jalen Moore is not an NFL left tackle.
No doubt. Yes. No doubt.
The guy couldn't get out of his stance yesterday. And I'm not being hyperbolic when I say he's playing the wrong position. I wonder why we do this. I don't even think he practiced last week, did he?
Yeah, I don't even know what's up with Jalen Moore. I forgot he was on the roster.
That was really weird. But all right, but we'll get off of that because that's terrible. Sutherland, the fact that Trey Lance had to play with Sutherland at center was disgusting. I mean, the fact this guy's not an NFL center. The problem with Kyle Shanahan right now is he's mixing and he's matching, and we're not willing to put our guys out there. But mark my words when I say this. Trey Lance and the starting offensive line are going to go for 35-plus on the Chicago Bears. Remember I said...
I totally agree with you.
We're going to light them up.
They're going to destroy the Bears.
We're going to light them up. We're going to light them up.
Trey, we're going to light them up.
They dropped 50 on Detroit. Like, they were up a zillion and should have won that game going away.
Trey, great call. Call us back.
Yeah, thank you, Trey.
Yeah, Mr. Jones in ATL. He's doom and gloom bringing the Falcons into it. I get a text immediately from Jordan Watkins from Pac-12. Why you got to bring the Falcons into this? We didn't do nothing to nobody.
We're so international.
International. I forget. Damn, we got that drop?
I knew you had it in there somewhere.
Kirk Herbstreit. I want you to listen to this.
Would Mac Jones have looked better in the exact same situation as yesterday?
Oh, come on, Mac Jones. We're back to that. It's Kirk Herbstreit. He doesn't understand why Jimmy's not a Niner.
What I don't understand, and I know I'm new to the NFL here, is why do 49ers fans and some of the media and some fans think that Jimmy Garoppolo, oh, thank goodness, got rid of him. Let's see what the rookie can do. The 2 times he's been a starter for an entire season, he took Kyle Shanahan. I mean, he didn't take. He was the quarterback. And he got to the Super Bowl and last year up 10 in the fourth quarter in the NFC Championship. Why is he so bad?
How do I answer that? I'll tell you how I answer it. Familiarity breeds contempt.
Okay.
Al, clueless as always as he gets older. And Kirk Herbstreit. I wish that Troy Aikman could have zoomed in on that call so that he could have come in with actual accurate assessments in real time of what the NFL and how they view Jimmy Garoppolo. How did Troy Aikman start the NFC Championship game for the broadcast for Fox?
You know, Joe, in big games like this, the one thing I look like, who's not going to make the most mistakes? And let me tell you, Joe, he had 2 quarterbacks here who drive their fan bases crazy. We'll get to Jimmy Garoppolo, but Matt Stafford, both these guys can just throw it up. 7 minutes left in the game. Or actually, happened like the first couple series. And this is why Jimmy Garoppolo drives people crazy. He threw an outright to Brandon Ayuk with 2 defenders draped over him. And Troy's like, this is why 49er fans can't stand Jimmy Garoppolo. Then with 7 minutes left in the game or when it was tied, the classic line, we gotta record this. We got to get this drop because it blew me away when I watched the game back. You know, Joe, I'm afraid this game's going to have to come down to Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm afraid it's going to have to come down to Jimmy Garoppolo. You never hear a color analyst say that. You never hear a guy like that. Troy Aikman has been so critical of Jimmy. And he throws, that's what sent Tim Kawakami on a Twitter tirade last night. How are you going to play the media? Felt like Kirk Herbstreit was talking to you and I.
Well, you know, Kirk Herbstreit should kind of look at his own house. He's an Ohio State backer, correct?
Exactly.
Used to play there?
Yep.
Oh, didn't they let Joe Burrow go through the doors and not play?
Yes.
Joe Burrow, who entered the transfer portal and went to LSU and put together the greatest college season we've ever seen? Yeah. Wake me up when you can assess the quarterback a little better in your own little backyard.
Well, just in the NFL.
Well, he looked like a guy. Look, I like Herbstreit. That's the irony of this. I like him. I really like him in college football. He has no feel for the NFL.
Yeah.
Tell me you haven't watched the NFL for the last 5 years by the statements you're saying on air.
We begin to Shanahan
Al, this is the other thing. Like, Al was great. Al's no longer great.
No.
The hair is so fake. I feel bad for him. That's number one. Number two.
Al's just cashing the check.
Oh, no, Al ain't cashing the check. He's checking the money line because all he's doing is in-game betting.
He probably was last night. Gene in Oakland. We didn't even get the Shanahan sound today. Trey Wingo, all that stuff. It's been all about the callers, all about the audience, all about the YouTubers and Twitch. Gene, what's happening?
Hey guys, I'm with you, Joe, now on this, and Laura and a number of others that are trying to urge the fan base to just be patient, okay? But let's face it, no matter what we say, if Trey wins his first 3 games, they'll be talking Super Bowl and MVP, and
sure will.
Loses his first 3, they'll be looking for Jimmy G.
We sure will.
But look at. We don't know what we have in him.
No clue.
We really don't. I mean, we know with Trey. We know this. We know he's very athletic. I think we can say he's a pretty tough kid. We also can say he has the physical skills to make a throw like he did to Danny Gray, which very few quarterbacks can do. But we also know he's got an accuracy problem, as he showed last night. He's still raw. He still needs time. So, bottom line, I mean, I'm going to be perfectly happy if they go 9-8 this year, and he shows progress through the year, and maybe by the end of the year, or maybe the beginning of next year, we start seeing really what we're hoping for with Trey. I intend to be patient, wait it out, live with the problems, and then get excited when he makes another throw like that to Danny Gray.
Yeah, no, hey, good call, Gene. And look, we have no choice but to be patient. Same thing with the San Francisco Giants. I have no choice but to be patient with Farhan Zaidi. He's forcing us to. He's forcing it. We have no choice. Trey Lance, if they go 9-8 and make the playoffs, that to me is a successful year. And they could win a couple games in the playoffs because I think by the time week 17, week 18 rolls around, Trey Lance is going to be ready to roll.
Full disclosure, as I just totally got hung up with not turning my mic on, my wife called me just right now in the middle of the show, so I got a little distracted. I'm like, what? Is everything okay? Are you all right? I think she pocket dialed me, so that's my bad, guys. I thought maybe there was an emergency going on. I got a little worried.
It's all
my
good.
bad. Totally distracted.
It's all good. Peter in Mill Valley, he's ready to roll. By the way, these calls in the last 30 minutes of the show, very interesting. Very interesting. I'm just going to say that because there's a lot of Shanahan and Lynch, and can Trey Lance develop under Shanahan? I don't know about Shanahan. Came out of nowhere. Peter, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, guys. Good show this morning.
Thanks, Peter.
It's interesting to me that there's so much focus placed on Trey Lance. The reality is that Lynch and Shanahan, or Shanahan and Lynch in reality, decided that they were going to spend 3 first-round draft picks to go up and take an unproven rookie quarterback with a lot of, great physical skills. And then they decided that it would be okay to surround them with a bunch of unproven interior offensive line play. And by the way, people keep talking about Mike McGlinchey like he's going to be the answer. The guy plays on roller skates his entire career. You've got one great offensive lineman, and the rest are frankly
questions,
average or worse. So my whole thing is, look, this administration has made this huge emphasis on dominating the defensive line and how important having a dominant defensive line is. But how is it that they don't understand the flip side of having how important having a dominant offensive line is, especially when you have a young, unproven quarterback who, frankly, just needs time and protection,
right,
rather than running around like his hair's on fire.
It's a great point. It's an absolute great point.
Good call, Peter.
And I think, I don't know the exact answer, but I think if you were to ask that question to Shanahan, I'm sure he'd say, well, hey, we traded a 3rd-round pick and paid Trent Williams the highest amount that the left tackle position's ever had. We picked up the 5th-year option and drafted in our 2nd draft Mike McGlinchey. And then that we drafted and prioritized Banks, and we drafted Burford.
They whiffed on Weston Richburg. They took a shot at Alex Mack. He retired after a season. They made the trade. People forget they made the trade for Lincoln Tomlinson, a former first-round pick who was a bust in Detroit.
Pick. I think it was a 5th-round trade.
And everybody's like, Lincoln Tomlinson, really? Remember when he first came? We were like, people were screaming to the high heavens, Lincoln Tomlinson, he stinks, he's a bust. turned out to be one of your best offensive linemen in the last 20 years.
Absolutely. He's been very consistent, underrated. But it is a fair criticism. I do think, and the thing that I kept thinking about when I went to training camp, and I said this to the boys here, I said it to Grant Cohn, I said it to Lombardi, I said, you know what's going to end up happening is they're going to be so loaded at running back, okay, and there's going to be some odd men out, and there's going to be times, if the O-line struggles, we're going to pivot and say, boy, I wish they would have used some of that draft capital on some interior offensive linemen. But the counter to that is they did. In Banks.
They did in Banks.
And it's not working.
Well, here's the other thing, too, Comcast Business Text Line. And it's something that I've thought about, but we haven't really touched on it because we've been so Jimmy G heavy, right? Because his situation has held the Niners in some sort of financial limbo.
Yeah, maybe they don't. I don't know if this is true, but maybe they didn't franchise tag Lakin because they didn't know if they could get off the Jimmy money. I don't know.
Who
or
knows?
Maybe they were undecided on Jimmy.
But this text from the 650, I think Alex Mack held them in limbo a lot longer than they expected.
That might be true.
Alex Mack didn't retire until, what, June?
Well, I don't know. I don't know because they knew about Staley and they pivoted and told no one
and traded for Trent Williams,
so they had leverage.
But they didn't really upgrade the center position off of Alex Mack. We'll get to Zach in a second here, but I want to play the Herb Street sound just a second. Then we got an Aikman sound from that NFC Championship.
Oh, give it to me. We're going to contrast the two.
What I don't understand, and I know I'm new to the NFL here, is why do 49ers fans and some of the media and some fans think that Jimmy Garoppolo, oh, thank goodness, got rid of him. Let's see what the rookie can do. The two times he's been a starter for an entire season, he took Kyle Shanahan. I mean, he didn't take. He was the quarterback. And he got to the Super Bowl and last year up 10 in the fourth quarter in the NFC Championship. Why is he so bad?
How do I answer that? I'll tell you how I answer it. Familiarity breeds contempt.
Okay.
So Herb Street doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. But Troy Aikman did in the NFC Championship game.
This is the point in the game where Kyle Shanahan would 100% want to just ride that running game. And we've seen it so many times, but the Rams have done an outstanding job in run defense, and I'm afraid that it's going to have to be Jimmy Garoppolo that gets it done.
I'm afraid that it's going to have to be Jimmy Garoppolo to get it done.
That's when it was tied 17-17 with 5 minutes left.
I'm afraid. But here's the third offensive snap.
Aikman's so good.
He's so good. So good. He got so much better. But here's the thing. Jimmy G, the third offensive snap. Remember the Niners forced the Rams into a 3-and-out.
Okay.
In SoFi Stadium. You were there section, what, 200?
I was afraid as well. We were all afraid.
We were all afraid. But SoFi Stadium, we were all afraid at that point. We were all done at that point.
My dad was ready to pack it up and go the second Tart dropped that ball.
We were all afraid, trust me. But SoFi Stadium was humming.
Yeah.
Niner fans took over that stadium, and we were humming. 3-and-out. We had the ball. And you see Garoppolo in shotgun. It's a third down. You hear it. The fake crowd noise is pumping in. We're all standing up, and this happens.
3rd down and 7 over the middle. Kittle overthrown. And this time Garoppolo had a receiver wide open for a first down and maybe even more, and he missed him. Boy, he sure did. Kittle gets a free release off the line. He is wide open. Nick Scott is the only guy who has a chance to try to come back on this and then make a play after the catch. And just one that gets away. So here in the early going, we've already seen a little nerves here. For a quarterback, it happens. In the NFC Championship game, we saw Stafford miss a 3rd down, and now Garoppolo missed his.
My dad turns to me at the beginning of that play. He's got him, and he's elbowing me, in the side of the ribs. And he just airmailed him. He goes, I can't believe he missed that throw.
Boy, he sure did. This is the point in the game where Kyle Shanahan would 100% want to just ride that running game. And we've seen it so many times, but the Rams have done an outstanding job in run defense, and I'm afraid that it's going to have to be Jimmy Garoppolo that gets it done.
Kittle, hold on real quick, Satty.
Boy, sure did.
Kittle on the third play of the game pulled the Randy Moss when he put his arm up in the air.
I'm open.
He was running to Rocco and I. We were like, oh, he got him. And he overthrew him. And everybody's just like, oh, it's going to be one of those games.
But I think it's a great reminder because I think you hear someone like Kirk Herbstreit and a lot of fans, we got to this point in the season right here, and it's because of this guy right here. Well, there's a variety of reasons on why they got there, and he's part of that. Yeah. He's absolutely. But to say that he led them or carried them in the way that maybe other quarterbacks around them, because they're asked to do different things for their team, right? Every team is different. But he said it right there. Troy told you they were led by the running game.
Yep.
Now, if that's where we ended last year, and look at where we're starting this year, why are we expecting Trey to lead this team via his arm?
Right.
When last year they were led by the running game first.
2019, led by the running game first. Tevin Coleman, Raheem Mostert, Matt Breida, they all had big-time years. Big-time years in 2019. Running game, defense. By the way, Jeff Deeney, Pro Football Focus, and I don't, you know me, how I feel about Pro Football Focus.
It's a tool.
It's a tool, whatever. But the line, these blocking grades, interior offensive line pass blocking grades this preseason. Jake Brindle, 82.9. I guess that's a good grade.
Is this like, is it 1 to 100? I always forget.
I'm guessing it's to 100.
Yeah,
maybe.
okay.
Well, Aaron Banks, 28.9.
Ouch. That's your second-round pick.
Spencer Burford, 32.3.
I like him, too.
Not good. Let's take a couple more calls before we get to the flex moment of the show. Adam in the city. Adam, what's happening?
Hey, guys. Good morning. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Vontae, I saw you send out a tweet last night about coming on to the show and whatnot, starting off tomorrow, overreactions, everything. I'm not any overreactions. I just kind of more in questioning. Everyone could see last night Trey Lance didn't have a good game because he literally had no time to throw the ball.
Exactly.
He was running every single time he stepped back for a couple of seconds. So, yeah, Trent Williams isn't out there, but kind of what one of that last caller said, does this lineup or this O-line just need some time to gel? Are they as bad as we saw last night? Is it an overreaction to say that this is still a giant concern? What do you think?
Can I ask you a question? And I want to push back on this. Did he have a bad game? They were fine. They moved the sticks a little. It was a little.
And he put up points. It was a sloppy game. It was a sloppy game.
No, but I'm talking about Trey, specifically Trey.
Sloppy. It wasn't his best work. It was an
Did he throw
one
interceptable pass?
But we can't put that standard. It's got to be more though.
But isn't that
quarterback?
Then okay. Maybe I'm getting caught in the word bad,
right?
Because to me, bad game would be like throwing multiple picks, not seeing the field. He was fine.
Yeah.
I thought he was fine. It was just meh. And that's where I think there's so much interpretation. If you love Trey, maybe you're more optimistic. If you're anti-Trey, maybe you're less. I don't know. Okay, they didn't score. Well, they should have got a pass interference on the Debo play down the field. Oh, okay. Well, they didn't execute on a fourth and short where I felt like they should have kept the sticks moving.
Listen,
they moved the ball a little.
It's perfect for the show. It's perfect for the station that Trey Lance played yesterday. I didn't want Trey to play. And part of the reason why I didn't want Trey to play, because I knew there'd be a possibility he'd struggle. And now we have this mindset. You were talking about, hey, man, don't you want to see Trey lead the team to a touchdown drive and feel good going into the regular season? Now how are people feeling? Just like this fan base is. I feel good.
I feel the same way.
I feel the same way regardless. But a lot of this fan base, man, Jimmy better than Trey. Keep Jimmy. Oh, no, Trey doesn't look ready. Trey was exposed. Long delivery, long release. Oh, he can't see it. It's going to be a lot of those question marks, man, over the next 2 weeks.
They better put up 85 points a game to satisfy this fan base.
That might not be enough. That might not be enough.